We're live.
I hate puppies.
Good podcast.
I feel threatened.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House, the only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems and hopefully helping you figure out what you should be drinking this weekend. I think we got a good shot at that this week.
Multiple options.
We're actually redoing something, right?
Well, we did a deli a while
we did a
back.
deli.
We tasted the Seven Skies, the mixed cocktails in a can. No sparkles. Very important, very important. But tonight, we actually have the guys from Seven Skies here. We've got Will and Ryan. How are you guys?
I'm good. Good, man. Everything's great.
I love it.
Dandy.
Thank you guys so much for
Been
coming
a
in,
long
man.
time coming.
Appreciate you guys having us.
We were slowly kind of putting this out there that you guys were coming on, that we wanted to do something to talk with some real businessmen. And then we couldn't find any.
Our TED Talk failed.
Yes. No, we're so excited to have you guys here. I think you guys are making some good drinks, but I think what you're doing is ambitious at the least. You guys are actually making real canned cocktails when everyone else is kind of making twisted teas.
Yeah, making
and bullshit.
malts.
Lemonade and
Yeah.
diet teas.
The diet tea is actually really good. Have you tried the Twisted Tea Light?
No.
Shockingly good.
These guys love your direction you're taking this.
I'm just saying
Well,
it's not as
Surfside's
bad.
on a tear for a reason.
Surfside actually has been blowing up a lot lately too, but they're not making canned cocktails. They're just making they're making Arnold Palmer's
Yeah, pretty much.
at best.
Teas and lemonades, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, have you had their Arnold Palmer? Like the one that's already mixed? The tea?
I've had their Arnold Palmer probably a year ago. The most recent one I tried was their mango green tea off the heels of their raspberry lemonade.
I don't know what it is, but when they mix it together, it doesn't taste as good as when you mix them together. So you actually have to buy more, pour it together just to make it any good.
When I was drinking, I never liked those fake alcoholic teas and lemonades. Like, I love tea and I love lemonade. I love Arnold Palmer's, but I never liked those alcoholic ones. They always taste so artificial to me and just really fake and gross.
I agree with you.
And it always upset my stomach. I'd be like, this tastes okay. And then I'd be like, oh, like it's not
Dude.
sitting well.
If you haven't tried the diet one, you've never had an upset stomach. It is so much more effective.
'Cause they
at
put all
upsetting-
the fake
'cause it's
stuff
like
in it?
sucralose and stuff.
Yeah.
It's great. I can have one of those and then I'm on the toilet.
Nice.
Yeah. If you're constipated, though, might I recommend light twisted tea? Real taste of Nest tea, but with a side of diarrhea.
Now, I know Ryan gave me the story, but this was probably a year ago. We talked about all this stuff, and I don't want to bastardize it. Since we have both of you here, what got you in this game? Because as Brendan was hinting at, like, this is a tough game to get in. Like, you're punching above your weight class by a couple, weight classes here. So really gutsy of you guys to like want to get after this.
So that's pretty much relying on me. I've been in the beer business for a long time. I entered craft beer distribution up in New York in about 2009. And I'd been in bars since then. And I was coming off of working for the French Culinary Institute as a bartender, bar manager, and just elevated spirits and craft beer was starting to hit the scene in a big way. Worked for the craft beer distributor, did some German importing, and then took the job with Craft Brew Alliance, basically managing Kona Brewing, Red Hook, and Widmer Brothers.
Oh, wow.
I had tried a long hammer. I'm sorry, not a long hammer. I had tried long hammer. I had tried the Kona longboard at a bar in Brooklyn when I was with Radaburger, and was just absolutely stunned at how good it was as a lager. And then the same bar had their Pipeline Porter on, and it was just a phenomenal beer. So when that came up in the possibility of getting a job, it was down in Virginia Beach, and I thought, man, I'm going to be selling Kona at the beach. And I'm going back this far because it ties into why. I mean, I've been in distribution for a few years and then worked supply side and moved down to Virginia Beach managing Outer Banks all the way up to Ocean City. So selling beach beer at the
Kona's-
beach.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer, right?
Well, it's interesting because the company wanted Longhammer. I mean, Longhammer was on a scream that time, but during the fall sales meeting of 2013, they gave us samples of Big Wave, and my world just changed. I mean, I tried Big Wave Golden Ale, and I thought, man, I know they want me to sell Widmer and Longhammer, but I'm hedging everything on this beer because Big Wave is the truth. That's a great beer. One of the still top 5 in the country for me.
Have we ever had that?
I mean, I don't know if we've had it on the podcast.
It is the
I drink
original OG Citra hopped. It's the best representation of what the Citra hop can do outside of an IPA.
Okay.
the Big Wave, the Kona Big Wave. You
Kona
think
Big
so?
Wave. That blue, that light blue, sky blue.
I think of it as like a
Absolutely.
lager. I don't think of it as a,
No,
as a
it's-
Citra hopped beer. at
It's
all.
actually a derivation of an original pale ale from Widmer called Drifter Pale, Citra hop pale ale.
Whatever happened to the Widmer brothers Hefeweizen?
So when I came down, I was selling a decent amount, but ultimately the focus of the company changed. They kind of bucketed the brands. They wanted to go, okay, Kona's our lifestyle, Widmer's going to be our high craft, and then Red Hook's going to be our discount craft. And then they got into some other stuff with the Widmer brothers. Hefeweizen went away. They started to do IPAs like everybody else, barrel aged stuff, and then just once the company kind of realized Kona was the driving force, they just
I feel like they kind of shit the bed on that because that Hefeweizen
was awesome.
was the perfect
was awesome.
Americanized version of a
I couldn't agree with
Hefeweizen.
you
They
more.
took away all that bite that people were like, oh,
Yep.
I don't know about that peppery bite with
That
too much
clove and
banana.
banana.
Yeah, they
Nope.
couldn't.
Yep.
This was like so bastardized that it became the front runner for the Blue Moons, for all the things that came after it. They were ahead of their time and it was perfect. And there was Pyramid and Widmer Brothers, and they were the only two ones making that American version of the Hefeweizen. And Widmer was the best.
Absolutely.
And it
I couldn't
just
agree more.
disappeared one day.
Disappeared because the company just didn't focus on it anymore. Literally, our direction was completely different.
If I remember though, being the bystander,
yeah.
not from the beverage industry whatsoever,
Just a drinker.
as he was getting into all this, and you're hearing it for the first time, and also getting samples, which was awesome. In my opinion, out of the ones he was handing, Widmer Brothers always had definitely the best lineup of whatever it was they were giving
Yeah.
us. And the one that stuck out to me, I found a couple times, can't find it anymore. I bet you have to Google search it. Is the Hopside Down?
Oh, the Hopside Down, yeah.
So everybody's into IPAs, right?
Were they
India
ahead
Pales.
of that too then?
Is that it was a India Pale Lager.
Oh, so it was like aromatic hops, but not like bitter all through your mouth.
Correct.
Yep.
See, that's
They were the
so
first.
when I
really
was
messing
hitting
with
any of these Widmers, I was like, God dang, where this is,
Yeah.
That's
this is
what
where
I'm-
it's
Truth.
The original upheaval they unveiled at first before they changed the recipe, and I understand why, because it was insane. It was on the level of, I mean, it was basically Falcon Smash before Falcon Smash.
Ooh.
Problem is, if
High
you're going to
praise.
mass
Gold
distribute
standard.
that,
High praise.
it was a very expensive beer to make. But
And if I'm not mistaken, I mean, Widmer's was basically just withdrawn back to the Pacific Northwest, still exists, and is still doing well regionally or locally.
so actually, I couldn't answer that. I know that essentially Craft Brew sold to Anheuser-Busch in 2020, at the very start of 2020. And then by now, I mean, they've actually offloaded all the brands to my knowledge except for Kona. Like Red Hook ended up being a one place in Woodinville where it's basically a brew pub. And I think that's the fate of Widmer right now. It's now a brew pub, but
Yeah,
I
can't
actually
find
haven't
Red
kept
Hook.
up with.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, Red Hook is now only pretty much in Seattle, Washington.
So you would say that when you left that company, they just floundered.
They were preparing for more of a sell to AB. I mean, I think they saw the writing on the wall in 2017 and started positioning everything for that acquisition.
I think they were ahead of the curve. I was bummed to see it disappear, and I still look for that Widmer Brothers Hefeweizen in particular because it's just such an easy drinking beer.
It's awesome. Nope, it's
doesn't
totally
exist.
it's awesome.
When I
And
do
We
Seek out Kona.
talked about the distributor game and how it works. Like, it's crazy because we see good beers come and go and bad beers stick around, and it just doesn't seem to make sense. Like, I get there's marketing and people buy a lot of bad stuff because they were told to buy it, but it's like you would think quality would rise to the top every time.
In general, quality will rise. However, to your point, that is more dead on. And I'm going to give you an example, and I don't mean to be negative on brands out there, but Waterbird is a great example. Okay. It's a ready to drink cocktail, actually a bit ahead of the game. They started doing their stuff as early as Devil's Backbone did at their distillery. Not very good stuff. Somehow they managed to sell to Gallo, and you will find it in planogram sets. I was in Florida this last April, and Waterbird is in Publix. How they got there, I'll never know, because if you pull up syndicated data like Nielsen or IRI, they're in the tank. They don't sell. Nobody buys them, yet they have that shelf space.
It's on the distributors
Well,
list.
they are with Gallo, so that's not small. And there are a lot of conversations on the corporate level when you're dealing with buyers that you got big boys deciding the planogram sets, and there'll be concessions made. I was stunned to see during a Food Line validation set. So like, when you have planograms, you pitch right now, actually, we're right in the middle of it. So I've been really busy going to chains and having meetings with these grocery stores, and they kind of decide what's happening in the next year. Already, like Food Lion's made their decisions. They're actually releasing their sets as we speak.
It's crazy.
And they give, I mean, the credit to the retailer. They're smart people. They give autonomy to the distributors to go, look, we know some stuff, but we know your market. You can make changes, and it's called validation. And so through that process, you can kind of swap some stuff in and out. Well, I had a good chance to look at that. I'm now doing it firsthand, but before I was looking at some of the sales rate at some of the stuff still making it into the planogram. And I saw a couple, it's like 0.1 units per week. And I'm like, that's a 0.1 of a case at least.
Yeah.
No, that's 0.1 of a 6-pack.
Wow.
So, that does happen. It does happen. There are concessions.
But they still get the shelf space.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
The distributor thing is, to me, it's mafia. Now, this all comes through the lens of Bell's. So
Yep.
the Bell's Brewery, they had
Yep.
distribution here, and they didn't want to work with a particular distributor, and something was bought out. Like a distributor was bought out by another distributor, and they were like, well, we've already decided we're not working with them, so we want you to release us from our contract so that we can then go with a new distributor to stay in Virginia. And they were like, no, we're not letting you out. So if that's what's up, you're just no longer in Virginia. And Bell's got cut out of Virginia for a couple of years, and it was a heartbreaker. But that was like what opened my eyes to how few distributors there really are, and how difficult it is to
The average
choose
consumer
the right
knows
one.
none of this.
Sure.
They're just like, I
but
guess
it wasn't until one of mine went away
you're
that
like,
I cared.
I guess Bell's couldn't sell anything.
Yeah, Bell
They're gone.
sucks.
They suck.
So that's
Always liked
actually
them.
all law.
So
Isn't
why
it like
is
a
that?
20-year contract or something?
Yeah,
So
how does
dumb
the
blue
game,
law from
how's
a
the
million
game,
years ago.
So, okay, there are layers to this. First of all, the laws of the land, and it's state by state, but also federal. And basically, one of the uniform things across all states there, the laws heavily favor distributors, not suppliers. So one of the adages when you are going after distribution is you better be darn sure you know who you're getting in bed with. There are stories after stories of bad distributors absolutely sinking brands.
Is this part of the appeal of getting under an AnBev's, like, so you can just get tied into their distributors?
So therein lies other set of issues. But let me tie the beginning question in, because this is kind of it's going to answer your question.
Okay.
Why we did what we did was I had developed relationships with my retailers and distributors over a 7-8 year period, and then actually more. It was like almost 8 with Craft Brew Alliance, and then I was at the beginning of launching Coastal Cocktails with Tarnished Truth Distillery, and then had another couple years with the distributors, with the retailers to strengthen that. And to tie that in, there are states and Anheuser-Busch distributors I would not personally go with, because you will get lost. They're not going to focus on a brand like us. Mm-hmm. Ryan and I have Seven Skies. We're 2 guys from Richmond in a story of cashing in our savings in our retirement to try to roll the dice against the big boys. We don't have the budgets. We don't have the brand name. And so you get to something like that's why a lot of times I won't even entertain the liquor distributors. You'll just get lost. You're not a priority.
Yeah.
Me being a part of this was the mitigating factor, is that I had the direct relationships with these people. And sometimes it's not so much as the execs. It's because I know enough reps on the ground that
Yeah.
they'll push for me.
Well, you know who you can trust.
Exactly.
And so it
That's
really
exactly
is a
right.
difficult game in the sense there's a finite number of distributors that have any sway, right? Is that factual?
State to state, that's probably a factor. Like in this state, Hoffman and Virginia Eagle are probably swaying most. Then you have Premium, the Miller House, 3.
Okay.
It's actually interesting because really a lot of times somebody like Food Lion dictates a lot more than you might think because
because
they
they
are
say
such.
we only work with one distributor? or
No,
can they
it's
work
more
with-
like they have 290 stores. They like the pricing strategy, their retail space strategy. They are communicative with the distributors, and there's reverse math to make sure pricing is all working.
So
and
hold on, if I may, I think that in the state of Virginia, because we have a retail state,
Okay.
meaning I can sell beer, wine in a retail.
Yep.
You have your distribution is covered by two main houses: your AB distributors and your Miller Coors distributors, right?
Okay.
So in each geographic region, there's only one AB distributor that covers that region, with some small exceptions, i.e. we see that in Richmond with some overlap between Brown and
Yeah.
M Price.
Yep.
That goes back to how these other brands were acquired, and then AB bought those brands. But before AB got them, they were distributed in Richmond by M Price.
So they get to stay with the
So they
distributor?
can stay with the distributor. So that kind of, and that created some overlap where here, what M Price can't come up to your Kroger up here and sell them Bud Light. That's Brown's territory. But they can sell them, who has the neutral
they
rights?
have Devil Smash.
right?
Yeah, it's like a new.
Whatever,
But
yeah.
so that's because they had an existing relationship with Devil's Backbone before they were
Correct.
acquired by
and
him.
then AB buys them. Now, there are times where AB could go to these two distributors and potentially create, a negotiation to say, M Price, give up this contract, let Brown take it, and then
Is this just a
swap back
gentleman
over.
handshake? Or is there
Oftentimes,
or is
it's
it like
kind of discussed like that.
or you're breaking laws if you do
No.
no.
Okay.
It's a broken law. Like in other words, M Price slings Mick Ultra to an account up here. They just broke the law.
That is
Okay.
a lawbreaker. But if Anheuser-Busch came to M Price and said, "Hey, give up Devil's Backbone Smash in the Richmond territory," and
we'll give you something else.
Then we'll
They're
going to
have to sweeten the pot. I
But
mean,
they'll
honestly.
have to have that a contractual. So it's all post-prohibition 3-tiered system rules, right? So when they created the 3-tier system, the agreement is they have them. You mentioned 20 years. No, it's actually in perpetuity. It's,
Yikes.
once you sign that deal,
Yes.
the only way you
that's
get
cool.
out.
Well, and that goes back to my point. I mean, the laws really are on the side of
Yeah.
the distributors.
And you can't get a divorce?
No,
It depends on your contract. You can
depends
have a
on if they wanna
contract
let you
in
out.
there that's actually
Correct.
baked that in, and then a lot of times under the contract, it's like you got to sell it, and it's for a 5x kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so
free
there's
agency.
the compensation
Yeah.
has it's free agency at that point. That's if you got signed a really airtight good
no
contract.
sports,
So if 20,
no sports, right?
Yeah.
No, so if 20 years ago I had started before the craft beer scene kind of blew up and before the craft beers here in Richmond were even in the stores, if I had come in and started a distributorship and went around and said, I'm going to give you guys great deals and I'm going to get you into these stores, because Food Lion has the ability to purchase from me.
Correct.
If I'm good, I could have gone in and signed contracts with all the little local breweries before they even
Before they
considered
blew up?
distribution. Yeah, like they're like,
Yes.
we're
So
still
side
micro.
note,
So
that's
that-
what happened. So when I was in New York, a lot of the distributors, so New York and a couple other towns are actually obviously ahead of the trends, and then it kind of trickles down. What are the distributor? Not one. the distributors were basically taking all the craft beer. They'll sign them all up because it was like stock, man. I
'cause
mean,
then
they
I
didn't know
hold
which
them.
one's going to blow up.
Yeah.
That's what
so
I'm saying. That's
they would
beautiful.
hold them.
So I've got it, and now I've got their contract. So there was
Correct.
actually more money to get into the boutique distributor game than there would be to start
You're
the
buying
brewery.
lottery
If
tickets.
you had done that in 2009,
one of them's going to be a
Call it
winner.
2000.
2010, right before it starts to really go haywire, yeah, you could have made pretty good
Yeah,
money.
because you could have picked up all those stocks, and then
you get
when Ambev
Allagash and
picks
all
one
these
up,
other like great craft breweries. And
say-
then
Ambev buys one. Now I'm the little bitch that's got
Yeah.
all the
You say it
contracts.
favors the distributor. Sounds like it favors the bootleggers. Like it sounds like an antiquated like. We
there's a
wanna-
lot of antiquated laws in alcohol.
Yeah.
I thought in the Richmond area you could not set up a new distribution. It was those two. Like there's no way. There's a 100% barrier of entry.
No, you can distribute, but before there was no product to distribute, right? So that did happen. This is the story of Specialty, right? Specialty
Yeah,
is one of the
familiar with them.
largest distributors in the state of Virginia. They're statewide. They can sell any of their beer portfolio, wine, seltzer portfolio to any place in the state of Virginia because they don't have a geographic threshold from AB.
Like they have Stone Brewing for the whole state.
Yeah.
There's no, like in Virginia, there's something called a franchise
great is
designation.
that?
It literally is a form that has every single county. And then there's portions of it where, let's say you have half the county, you literally draw with latitude and longitude these lines that we have that by the X overpass at highway,
wow.
whatever. This is where we butt up to. So that's how that is. And like Ryan could continue. Yeah. Specialty's got it for the whole
Down in our region, there's a really good distributor, small but does boutique, called Big Ugly.
Yeah. Yeah. They got a great
they've
portfolio.
got a great portfolio, but they tend to be smaller and regional,
Yeah.
less trucks, less infrastructure. I mean, the reality to the distributors is, and part of the weight that they carry is the investment that they've made in the
Of course.
fixed assets, right? Like
Yeah.
Trucks.
The infrastructure.
Warehouse,
I mean,
the
I wouldn't want to
logistics.
get into distribution because the logistics side of thing is crazy.
Yeah.
But you also wouldn't have wanted to partner with someone who's just good in this county because now you're tied in and like they inhibit your growth.
yeah.
So you have to really find someone when they're stupid and then get them into your distributorship, and they don't see anything beyond just pouring beers in the tap room.
So we've gone all over the place here, but I want to know more about like. So you were obviously in the game.
I was in the game.
So you came to it with way more knowledge than
And
any Joe Schmo off
Yes.
the street that like,
Yeah.
I mixed these couple things together and now I know a way, like I'm going to make this drink famous. So you're like, I already know all the ins and outs, the workings of it. So, but what made you decide you wanted to get into the, craft cocktail?
Yeah,
so
specifically.
that's cool.
Yeah. Because seltzers were blowing up.
Yeah.
Like,
So
craft beer
that's
was
actually
blowing up.
an interesting process. And side note, the mitigating factor wasn't just this idea. It is I had distribution, and that is where you can there are so many good brands that you don't know of that never made it because they didn't have distribution. So again, the mitting was I had the knowledge and the relationships for distribution specifically. Okay, so it actually, I'm going to credit Devil's Backbone. They were ahead of the game on the RTD segment as early as Cutwater was, and
That's
I don't
a
know.
ready to drink cocktail.
I'm sorry, yes, RTDs are ready to drink
So
cocktail.
many acronyms that I just
And-
want to cut through the acronyms because I
Yeah.
don't know what you mean.
Okay, noted. So yeah, ready to drink canned cocktails and specifically spirit-based ones. Now, mind you, when they were starting to mess with theirs, the laws hadn't changed where you could just do spirits and grocery. Okay, but they had a distillery, their original Orange Smash, 10%.
Dude, that's, you got to go to Maryland and get that, and it's the good stuff.
It's great
'Cause
their
originally-
original stuff is better. And then
Back to antiquated laws,
Yeah.
you couldn't sell liquor drinks in
Absolutely.
grocery stores.
It's
All
been
liquor
this-
had to be in an ABC store.
correct. Yeah. And then in 2018, I believe, is when the first laws start to change. And it was basically Virginia's threshold is 7.5. So that's why if you're ever in a grocery store, you're never going to see anything more than 7.5. It's
But now they
classified
got
as wine.
smart where they're making the fake liquor out of wine,
Correct.
and it's low ABV, but it's got the same Fireball logo
Yeah.
on it. And
Well,
all
so
that
if you
stuff.
go like actually they've got higher ABV, like lower than a regular Fireball, but
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
sitting at 12, 16, 18%.
they're wine, they're the
and they're
equivalent of
wine malt or wine based. And yep, and they do wine. They use wine. And there are other, that's a whole nother topic, but they're like tax breaks you can use when you're using wine and stuff like that. But
so many ins and outs.
Yeah,
of all this stuff.
it's crazy.
ludicrous.
It's nightmarish because if you think about, and I'm paraphrasing the story here, but like you all decided to get in the game because you understood enough about all of this crazy shit on the back end that you
Yeah,
had a
yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
Like, but you literally don't have a shot if you don't know that stuff. You can have the best idea.
You worked it backwards.
I
Instead of
did.
starting with
There-
the drink and going this way,
Yeah.
you figured out all the distribution thing, and then you're like,
We have a
now
chance.
what do I do to get?
now, like,
And then
so,
how do we cut through the clutter?
Yeah.
And it's RTDs, obviously.
How do we make our? How do we differentiate from everything else that's out
Well,
there?
so that was my light bulb moment, and I'm not trying to come off as egotistical, but I'm
brag
more
on yourself.
Well, I've kind of learned over the last couple of years that I'm really one of the few with actual vision for the category as itself. I mean, it's like a lot of industries are copycat industry, but
Oh,
good
yeah.
gosh. And so like right now, all you see the stuff for 2026, because Surfside has had such a stellar year. Now it's more lemonades and more teas, and
Of
nobody's
course.
thinking for themselves. So what happened?
Hoop Tea's an original idea.
Well, in the beer, I mean, that's the way the beer industry went, right? Like
In a sense, it
the
did.
IPA. Somebody somewhere said,
Zima's like, we are fucking innovative.
Zima blew it. Yeah, they had it.
yeah, somebody
Yeah.
was like,
We were here.
IPAs are good, and then next thing you know, it's nothing but IPAs. Like
And the
it's-
IPA craze just comes, and it's how many?
they're-
Yeah,
all that stuff's.
But that's
Craft
not what-
beer's tanking. I mean, it's going. It's
It's
not
falling
tanking,
apart.
but it's
no, it's the
definitely
bubbles bursted.
Yeah.
in some respects.
It's not going to ever go away now completely, but it's certainly not going to be what it was, at least for a while.
Well, there's always some up and coming 21-year-old who's going, "Oh, I love the hops in this one."
Problem is,
Let me brew my own beer.
when it was in the beginning, there was a lot of mediocre stuff on the shelf. And so when it really became good, people's brain were like, whoa,
More
that's
discerning.
good. And then everybody got good at it. So there's a ton of good stuff. Now,
It's
how do
easy.
you cut through a lot of good, right?
Yeah.
But so I tried their gin and tonic, and literally
We're
as
back to,
simple as
Devil's
why
Backbone.
Devil's Backbone, but why? And that is like it just, I saw what, oh my gosh, I can't believe you could actually have real cocktails, and I could be at home and I can have access to like an espresso martini, and it tastes like a bartender just made it instead of all the fermented malt crap that's been on the shelf
That stuff's
forever.
garbage, yeah.
And so I thought about that, but then fast forward, I was intrigued. I was watching the category. I was getting laughed at some of the Craft Brew Alliance meetings and bringing it up and stuff. And
Oh, tell us about that.
you just have moments where you're in sales meetings and they're talking about doing their own, like they start to see the trend, and they were talking about wine base. They were looking at Aperol Spritz was one of them, and sending out samples. And I'm like, God, man, this is not what y'all need. I wanted to shift focus, but they were like, that's not really a thing, dude. It's not really a thing. And I'm like, I'm
You know,
telling you,
all
it's
of us
coming.
that are lined up to drink Aperol
So-
Spritz.
I like the occasional Aperol Spritz.
Yeah, but it's a niche market of a niche market. Like it's crazy small. Like
Yeah, it's
Well,
like
but-
a Negroni, man. I mean, I know cocktail people like Negronis, but how many people are actually really drinking Negronis?
Yeah.
Not many.
no.
Well, you guys
So-
are doing something very different, though. You are literally making craft cocktails. In a
That's
can, and
what the
it's
light
not-
bulb was. It was like, oh, I can do what a bartender did, and then the rest is just luck. Which is, I don't know how. I'm not that smart. I don't know how these big companies with all the money, who have probably guys that went to baller schools with science degrees, and they're just floating garbage. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, I'm not really, but Crown Royal had a chance to do some real damage. Their stuff, their flavoring's terrible. Like,
Well, they used like RC instead of Coke,
And-
like it was horrible when they came out with that. Originally, it was like their Coke.
oh
product.
yeah, they
It was
did
their
a
cola,
that's right. They
the
did
Crown
a
and
cola. Yeah.
yeah.
and they used like a half-ass cola.
I wanted to do the real thing, but then I had the opportunity to work with Tarnished Truth Distillery. Essentially,
They're legit.
they're legit.
their bourbon cream.
Yeah.
Now, their bourbon cream is the truth. And the
really
bourbon cream
love that
eggnog that you might find was actually an idea I floated, which was actually my distributor, Hoffman, the main guy, my guy, my mentor, and my friend, Greg White. He was like, man, you guys should do a bourbon cream eggnog. I floated by, and if you find it, like, Tarnished Truth bourbon cream is amazing.
I just like the setup they have down there.
It's a fantastic spot and a great restaurant, great food. I mean, the bartenders there, by the way, when we were messing around and coming up with ideas,
Top notch.
oh my God, in the area, absolutely.
I don't think when we tasted yours, do you have like the Cavalier or anything like that referenced on your cans?
No, because I'm not affiliated by any way. I mean, I've got to be careful about what I say too much here because I left them. We were not seeing eye to eye on several things, and so I had left. And what had happened was, and their Orange Crush when it was first
Ryan
made,
just kicked my keg.
and whiskey, lemon, and one of the original owners came up with this, and the two owners start like basically when one kind of left, the other was like, I don't really know what to do with this here. We just signed with Hoffman. We've got some other stuff coming down. So I got involved and then started to do everything for that. I mean, I was the sales director, but I was doing packaging procurement. I was doing flavor innovation, working with the flavoring company to do.
Is this pre Seven Skies?
Yes,
Okay.
this is all and this is basically I learn everything you need to do by fire, like basically doing it. And that's what Coastal Cocktails kind of brought to the table. Like I might have left, but it was such a big blessing to be able to be a part of a cool distillery, craft distillery, coming, the owner, Andrew, giving me the rope I needed to just kind of
Play around.
and
Yeah.
They've got some
enact
good
my
stuff.
vision and
like
stuff.
the Blackberry Bramble or
So
whatever they have.
that's my
there.
recipe.
Dude, that's the best one they have.
Thank you. So Blackberry
That's the one I
Bramble
get,
is,
That was literally organic. Like you did not do
that's
that.
because it's the one I get. I've had them, and I'm like, is that the truth? Like
that's my
the
recipe.
one.
Yes,
Well,
that is my recipe.
So that's the precursor to Seven Skies.
Essentially.
That's literally my favorite.
And I
want to
be. Let me say something. When we first did Blackberry Bramble, and Andrew used the Fourth Handle Gin from Tarnished Truth Distillery. So by the way, like we learned quickly we couldn't do that because we had to shut the distillery down for so long to do it. Oh my! So their Fourth Handle Gin, got to try it. It's
Their gin,
a phenomenal
this is
gin.
going to be a little sacrilegious because they are a bourbon whiskey distillery.
Yeah.
Their gin's the best thing in there. It's literally the bourbon cream is phenomenal, and then I like the gin, and then it's like I can start ranking the different styles.
I
of
agree
whiskey.
with you, and I don't think the distiller would take much offense to that. Justin's baby was that gin.
It's phenomenal.
And it is phenomenal.
gin.
I had
It's
one
like
of the
I
best
would-
smoked old fashions I've ever had at that place.
yeah,
Like,
Hunt-
it was
the Hunt Club.
Room.
Yeah, it
that
was
place is
crazy.
And when we used that gin, oh my God, that Bramble was insanely good. Now it's still good. Don't get me wrong.
You
but-
mean premium products make it even better?
I mean, look though.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't even about cost. It was about having to shut the distillery down to produce enough gin. And when that thing started to take off, I mean, Stiller came to the
couldn't keep
production
up,
guys and
yeah.
going, "We can't do this again, guys. They can't do that." You know. But they have they got a great crew, great people, and but it was honestly just vision differently. I mean, they wanted to go in one direction, and I just had this bug of wanting to do authentic cocktails, like what the bartender did is in the can, and then
So can we talk about that for a second? Because I
Yeah.
think that gets lost in the shuffle. When you're saying authentic cocktails, I mean, you are literally making real cocktails. I mean, you're using proper liquors. You literally said today that you were macerating the
raspberries,
fruit.
yeah.
And that was the one that when we were talking about it on the air, we were like, damn, you can damn near taste the seed. So
Yeah.
when you came in and said that earlier tonight, that's because we're actually macerating raspberries.
And that's not us. I want to be real clear about something. My flavoring company is the actual ace in the hole. It's my vision, my discussions with their scientist. She just knows what she's doing.
That's fine.
And-
It's the team that assembles
Yeah,
it.
and
I
so-
didn't think you were capable of
No,
doing all
we're
that.
not macerating the raspberries and doing everything. We work with an amazing juice and flavoring company. And
But so when
it's them.
people think canned cocktails, I don't want them to think that this is some like bastardization.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
that
not a
is
malt
like a
liquor.
Surfside
there's no
or
bubble.
is
You
like-
said that earlier too. No bubbles, right? Like if we were going to do a margarita, which I've got some things to try, no bubbles, right? Like a margarita
Yeah.
shouldn't be jacked with bubbles.
No.
You know?
No, these are real cocktails. I
yeah.
mean, you're putting the actual same ingredients that a bartender would put in there. It's like simple syrup. Like you're using it. Like
Yeah.
it's real, and I think that sometimes gets lost in the shuffle when people think about, oh, it's a canned cocktail. It can't possibly.
It's hard to get that point
like,
across. Because,
That's why I wanted to like,
because we're all-
stop on it for
It's funny.
We've been shown over the years all the whole like you walk by and you see your fuzzy navel drink, and I think people think it's like a fuzzy navel.
Yeah. No,
they're not
that's-
thinking this is
A fuzzy
barred
navel.
fuzzy navel. What you would get. You know, they're thinking,
But in a can.
it's a malt liquor version of something.
So
you know?
that
so you've got
is
to get
more
that.
accurate than we'd like to care to admit. So when I was with Coastals and we were starting off, it was educating people on, oh, you know, we can use vodka. Now, fast forward, so many people have been duped by what's on the shelf. They're like,
yeah.
I don't like ready to drinks.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
that's
yeah.
Because they
why I
don't trust
wanna
them. They
call
just
that
don't trust
out,
them.
because it's not the same as the other ready-drink cocktails, with the exception of the blackberry bramble. Ironically, where I was like, this is a real cocktail.
Do you have to add an ingredient, or is there an ingredient that's not in a Barbacks cocktail for shelf stability or something like that?
Yes.
You would think you'd have to.
Well, so in
Well, they
some
figured
of
out
them,
the canning process.
so
they locked that down,
pasteurization
yeah.
is the first step, right? Well, actually, no, it's the second step.
Jonas salt.
The some of the concentrate, some of the cans will have the evil potassium sorbate.
Why did you talk about the polio vaccine?
Didn't he do pasteurization?
No, that'd be
Louis Pasteur.
Louis
Yeah.
Pasteur.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, but that makes more sense. No, because polio is the big thing, and I wonder if I could talk about it.
How much polio is in each can?
Dave, are
I
you
would
pro
say about
polio? Is that what
13
you're saying?
13 grams of polio. And
Yeah.
That's what makes
Wait
it
till you
taste
try the new
good.
Botox cocktails. Yeah.
for stabilization,
I know that's not
it starts
polio,
with
Dave.
potassium sorbate, and then
Botulism.
and then pasteurization. I mean, a tunnel pasteurize. You heat it up to about 155, 160 for a few minutes, crash cool it, and it's pretty stable.
So that
Nice.
keeps it shelf stable. But how
Yeah.
long is your shelf life? Like a year?
Crazily enough, we thought it was just about a year. It's running in about almost 2 years.
Y'all do like QA on it just to see how long.
So it, yeah. Oh, I
got
got
some
you. So
stuff.
I kept on thinking I need to get closer.
No.
I've been slowly cutting him down. He started up here, and I've been slowly cutting him down just to compensate.
I'm
Now
like-
I got to work the other way.
He's looking at me like, this is not another boardroom. You cut me off from talking, you son of a bitch. Like, get in the back seat.
He's doing great.
I told
No,
him
that's
drinking.
not true.
I know a little over modulation when I hear it, man.
I forgot the question.
Oh, how'd you figure out 2 years? Like y'all just have something you're testing occasionally?
Yeah, so essentially you have lab tests, and
Yeah.
then actually the co-packers that we use, that most anybody use these days, they don't mess around. They have quality control checks
Yeah.
they do themselves. I mean, there's everybody's like liable for legal, so you got to be
That's
spot
way,
on
all
in the
that's
alcohol.
a year or two is way longer than any beer at this point.
Dude,
Yeah,
Budweiser's
they're
Fresh
shockingly
Born is like a year.
self-stable.
Yeah.
They really are, and that's not just my brand. Like, I mean, side note, let me give love to like Cutwater. You go in the ABC store and find their White Russian. Do yourself a favor. And
What's it called?
The White
Cutwater?
Russian, and it's a Cutwater.
Cutwater?
And I'm absolutely blown away, amazed at how they got that cream shelf stable that long. I mean,
That's hard to do.
Yeah,
It's
you-
insanely hard to do, and it's an insanely good, well done cocktail.
You brought up a espresso martini, and I was
Yeah.
like, good luck getting that in a can. Have you ever thought about trying to do that? 'Cause
Yes,
I
thought
love
about
uppers
it.
and downers.
I would say there is a distillery we work with that actually co-packs out of Pennsylvania called Boardroom Spirits. It's in Virginia ABC now, and it's new. They make the best one, and I've not had better. And it's because the shelf stability there is not that high.
I don't want it to
Now,
be on an espresso.
well, it shouldn't be
Yeah.
because what they're doing is literally cold pressing the coffee, espresso
Oh,
beans,
yeah.
and using it fresh, and that's all the difference. Now it gets a little bit more stable because it's like 12%. So once you start
More
getting
alcohol, the more stable.
alcohol, the more stable.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And ironically, the more alcohol, the more stable the cream.
Yeah.
And it's not the reverse. Like we were trying to work with some stuff at Coastal Cocktails, just when you're doing 7.5, it's just you go fake, and then that's not what we wanted to do. So did that bourbon cream and a eggnog that we want to do? No go. So
Yeah.
now they did a real version in that bottle, and again, well done. So,
All right, I'm gonna try that.
So you're working, you're making connections, and you're like, I want to get in this game. Where does Seven Skies come from? Like, what's the story behind that?
it starts with drinks.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I was getting my resume together and actually was talking to a few different companies, and one of our third partner, his name is Bear, real name's Bear. He was the revenue director for Ocean Breeze down in Virginia Beach, and he runs a lot of concessions, and he's in a lot of stuff. But
Ocean Breeze, the
water
the
park.
water park.
Yeah.
That place was dope when I was a kid.
yeah, and he was probably
heard of
like he
You ever
was
heard of Ocean Breeze?
yeah he and
It's like a water country.
yeah, it's exactly it. It's a
Yeah.
mini water country.
Yeah.
It's over General Booth and
Yeah.
Bird Neck.
I gotta check that. Like, is it worth checking out?
Yeah.
I love a water park. Sorry, I digress.
Yeah, I mean, he got me tuned up, and it's like, "What are we doing, man? What are we doing?" Like, and I said, "Well, I'm getting my stuff together and talking to other people about running their RTD program, ready to drink programs." And he's like, "Dude, you're going to be so miserable. You've been trying to enact this vision for other people. Do it for yourself. I've got money set aside. I can start us off. We got to get somebody else involved." And I kind of just signed up right before I left for Indonesia with my wife for a month. I felt like, all right, well, Indonesia will get myself time to clear my head, write
Get
a
your mind
business
straight.
plan, and get it straight, and start making some decisions as well as some preliminary moves. And then as I started writing the plan, it was just coming to fruition. The name Seven Skies actually was my wife. I was talking to a very dear friend of mine and just trying to come up with names. Man, it took us a month and a half to come up
It's
with a
important.
name. And when
It matters more than you
yeah.
think.
and you think you got something, and you run it through the
the
trademark,
generate- yeah.
and all of a sudden you're like, man. Yeah. And so I was just talking to my buddy.
That's a toilet paper. Like, yeah.
It's the largest
Yeah.
toilet paper
Yeah.
in China. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And it was like, I was just saying, well, we're taking these recipes from
Give me
places
something
all
that,
over.
Give me something that got shot down or like you thought was going to
Cloud Vale, 1,000 Acres, Lighthouse.
I love he just
So maybe it's my headphones. Sorry, the audience. I
No,
keep
no,
trying
you're-
to inch forward when I think I'm not hearing myself.
Is it not loud in your headphones? Because we can turn
It's
that
in
up.
and out.
Oh, might be cutting out.
That's
Turn
weird.
those
They're
headphones up.
Sony's.
So, I mean, there's some. Oh man,
Veil, cloud. Yeah.
like thick Cloud Vale, 1,000. I might even have the list on me, but there's a lot. Okay, and then I would just tell them, I'm like, man, we're going to be doing recipes from actual bars. So these are actual bar drinks that we've had throughout travels and stuff.
Yeah,
like
it's on the
that.
can, right? If I remember correctly. And where
I
they
wanna
came
be clear
from.
to the audience too. When you turn the can around, exactly what you see in there is not the exact. It's if you do that, you should come up exactly with what's in the can.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it says
that
based
flavor
on this
profile
recipe.
Correct. It's inspired by those recipes. There's science involved for a whole lot of reasons that you just,
Yeah,
for
because if
instance-
you mix all those ingredients, you don't have a 12-ounce drink sitting in front of you.
and you might lose stability and anyway, and then he says, well, you're from the Seven Cities area. And I thought, well, I looked at Seven Cities and that's all gobbled up. And my wife in the back, she's in a cab with the boys.
What's Seven Cities? I feel dumb.
It's the Hampton Roads area.
Oh, is that
so
what they-
like
I didn't know
Virginia
that was
Beach,
a
Norfolk,
nickname.
Suffolk, Chesapeake.
Got you.
I never knew that was a thing.
Hampton
Yeah.
is part of the Seven Cities. Newport News.
They don't like Tidewater anymore.
Oh, that's a whole that gets real political real quick.
Oh.
And those,
Well, it's always funny to me as someone who grew up in the Richmond area. Like everybody calls those cities, and I look at a map and I'm like, that's a bunch of counties.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but they're called cities down there.
Yeah.
Seven Cities is Virginia Beach.
The city of Suffolk. I mean, have you ever
Virginia's
been-
all cities, though.
Portsmouth.
It's weird.
That's
No,
the one I was.
Chesapeake.
No, we have a lot more cities than
Suffolk.
most places.
But there's cities
Norfolk.
inside of
Norfolk.
counties.
No, sorry.
Norfolk.
Norfolk. Yeah.
Hampton, Newport News.
Yep. And then my wife
Pocosin.
blurts out, well, what about Seven Skies?
Pocosin's like, we're
And
not
that's
being a part of
Like,
that.
I
And then
thought
just-
that's interesting. That's actually pretty darn good. Seven
Sounds
is
cool.
a strong word. Skies. And And
So does that ring true down there? Do people get the Seven Skies?
some of
the
them,
seven
they get
cities?
the
I get asked.
Seven Cities part.
I get asked.
Yeah. Yeah.
When
What's
I'm
funny-
even doing sampling, it's like
Some people like to say Seven Skis, and I'm like, that's IIS, not IES. But
7 skis.
so that's really how that happened. It just
I'll say one that you often forget in terms of like, again, nuances of like what clicked. Everything you see in this category is coastal, water,
Yes.
golf, like whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're like, we don't just want to be tied to a seasonality.
Yeah, you
right?
don't want
go
you
to
want to
the
be able to
concept
drink
too.
this in the mountains.
Yeah.
You know, while you're skiing. Speaking of
If-
skiing,
if I'm
like,
in Colorado, I don't want
yeah.
it to be like, hey, we're just at the beach,
Yeah.
and then bastardize that.
pass me
situation.
one of those surfboard
Right.
hang
Yeah.
tens.
Yeah.
You know,
So there was a
you're like,
little bit of that, just keeping that like kind of natural, and then
Being
business
neutral.
wise, it's like, hey, you can create that seasonality to it. We started with 4 fruited cocktails.
Yeah, but I was
Very
going to say it kind of
well
leans summer though, right?
It does
Naturally?
right, for now.
it does typically.
right.
so the goal is not to stay at 4.
no,
Oh no,
Cocktails.
we got a repertoire
Yeah.
that's pretty deep.
i.e., why he wanted.
Okay, so this was
to
a
kinda show
paper
you.
plane that he
Yes.
just made.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed the shit out of that.
Thank you. I
what is a paper plane? Because I don't know what a paper plane even
Half
is.
this stuff, he's like, Ryan, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do the last word, the paper plane. I'm like, that's like that's my kid's fucking fifth,
That's a project.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways,
Yeah, so a paper plane is equal parts bourbon, a whiskey, typically bourbon, fresh squeezed lemon, Amaro Nonino, which is the
Obviously.
yep, and the Aperol, and it's all equal parts. I like to just tip the scales with another 1/4 ounce of the bourbon. Just that's the highlight of the cocktail, so I like to highlight a little bit. In this case, I usually use Belle Meade. I love Belle Meade just in general as a sipping and using for cocktail whiskey. This was a sherry cask finish, and I've been dying to try to use it.
I actually
for wine.
think it worked really
I did
really
too.
well.
So I didn't say anything. I was like, man, this gives me a great reason to just try this out and do something.
But I like sherry cask in anything because I tend to lean sweeter on my
Same-
bourbons.
same
so
with me.
I naturally go weeded,
Yeah.
and then you start to put it in a sherry cask or something. Like, so
Yeah.
I'm an Angel's Envy guy. Like I just lean in that direction.
So this is a drink you're Seven Skies.
So
is
I
trying
would like
get
to do
moving forward.
So we're in phase 1 of the initiative, which is basically doing a lot of different cocktails more for the masses. Like think like mass appeal.
Mai Tai was a bold choice.
yeah, what are your tell her about your four starters you got.
So our 4 starters, I'll start. We have the 2 vodkas are Raspberry Cosmopolitan and a
Yep.
Fuzzy Navel. Side note, man, I underestimated how many young people don't know what a Fuzzy Navel is.
Yeah.
And then the Bali Rum Trader is actually a real cocktail. It's a beach club in Seminyak.
If I remember correctly, that was the one that I liked the
It
best.
did.
Like that
when
was.
I remember that won the day holistically. Your bartender won it with the chocolate, which is totally not. I mean, credit, and actually was sitting there going, "That sounds freaking delicious." And then later, I tried it with a chocolate banana liqueur, and it is on. It was just such a good drink. You can use, by the way, amaretto. You can throw a random stuff in there to really make. But the Bali Rum Trader is. It's not It's more like a pina colada, no cream, little juicier, a bit more complex. That Pisang Ambon is an Indonesian banana liqueur that's not like a Laffy Taffy banana. It's just different, more tropically nuanced. I am a margarita, like gun to head, favorite cocktail.
Yeah, I
starts
do
with
love a
classic
margarita.
lime, fresh squeeze margarita. And that's more my style. We're at this beach club, and I don't know, we just pulled the trigger on one and ended up sucking down like a ton of them. And then my wife turns and goes, you should can this.
Yeah.
You need to can this.
Wait, so that's the 4th one?
No,
Which one's-
and then the 4th one, and I brought you guys samples because you did not have that one, is the Passion Rum Punch, which is actually a Pog Punch from Hawaii.
So
There's
why what is the thing in a Mai Tai that made it into the Bali Rum Punch? Wasn't there?
No. So that Mai Tai is the cocktail. I think you're thinking about like the Pisang Ambon, but like the Bali rum is young coconut water, fresh pineapple juice, the banana liqueur, and white rum.
How much coconut water's in that?
Not a lot. It is not a lot. It's enough to go. Oh, I think there's coconut. There's coconut.
There's some-
here. But
well,
it's
Because I'm
enough-
not a coconut flavor guy, so I don't
that's-
remember
But
like
coconut water
tasting it.
doesn't.
Yeah, coconut
take-
water doesn't
It has
take
an
that.
essence.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
coconut.
that's it. So
it's like
that-
if a coconut farted while walking by you.
That's exactly. And because
See, that's
were
what
going
everybody
for.
says. Yeah.
no, that's exactly
The
what we're
fart
going
of a
for.
coconut. It says it on the can.
Might change that up. Or use a quote: "The fart of a coconut." Brendan.
What is this you just poured?
That's a passion rum punch.
Oh, cool.
Oh, this
I want to
has
get a little taste
This
of
has
that.
a stink on it. I mean that in a good way.
This the Bali coconut's a polarizing flavor, and actually so is banana. And the
Yeah.
high idea was to have them more subdued. I get told
Smells delicious.
not to say this, but I joke to people when we're sampling. Bali rum is like if the banana boat lotion was a cocktail. That's what it would
Ooh.
be. And then this is our fourth right
Yeah,
now.
I'll spit.
So this is out. This
This is out. This is available. You can find this in Kroger's.
I think I bought some of this at a Kroger.
You can find this at the Short Pump Total Wine right now, and this is a passion orange and guava rum.
Is all your stuff at all the Krogers? Like,
No, a good chunk, but usually the bigger Kroger.
This is
Kroger's
rum based.
This is rum, and look, 6% formulation. When you got juice like this, you're not going to really taste the rum. You don't start tasting the liquor until you hit the 7.5%, 8%. That's when it starts to stand.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm not
there's
getting a
this is
pronounced rum kick.
Oh no, you're
like
not.
this
gonna
is
get rum.
really agreeable.
This is all juice. This is a juice.
this is
bomb.
very juicy.
Passion, orange, guava. I love pog juice. It's a big thing on the Hawaiian Islands. I'm a huge fan of pog because I love passion fruit, and I'm like that sweet tart kind of guy. This is a crazy good representation of pog. Crazy good representation.
This is a problematic drink.
I gotta ask you the hard question.
Yeah.
When you pour one of these at home, how much extra rum do you put in?
That's funny you say that. For the passion rum, I take about a half, 3/4 of an ounce of Myers Dark is what I do.
I was going to do dark.
in a
Yeah.
12-ounce can.
I take the 12 ounce. So
Pour it over ice?
I'm glad he asked. This is a great question because like this is how we drink these cocktails. Our cocktails at home. My wife doesn't usually add anything, but ice is definite. So over
Yeah, of
ice,
Of course, yeah.
Universal garnish for all our cocktails. Lime works.
Umbrella.
I wish I don't have any. I
don't add
ran
lime.
out of
I'm
umbrella.
glad these aren't limey. I don't want lime.
Because
in
you
it.
can
don't
lime
want
to
lime
taste.
And
What's
but the
that?
You
citric
can add lime to taste. Like, do you
That's
want
what
a
I
little
mean.
bit or a
And
lot of it?
and I just
often
drop the
find-
lime. Don't squeeze the
Yeah,
lime.
just drop the whole
drop
lime
it
in it.
there.
Yep.
That's what I do in my iced teas. I'll like drop it in because I want the essence, but I don't
that
want
citric
it.
acid will also cut some of the. I mean, we're sweet, right? Now, here's the good news: we don't add sugars, so this is all coming from the fruit. So they don't present as sweet as some of our competitors, but there's still sugars in here, and we're sweet for a lot of people.
It's very
I'm
sweet.
certainly
Very
not
sweet.
missing sweet.
This, by the way, is the sweetest. I mean, it is the sweetest. And that's a great. Myers rum is what I use for this one. That's exactly what I'll do. I'll do
less
about
than an ounce.
Probably
It doesn't
because
need a
it
big
doesn't need a
kick.
whole. And honestly, when you use
6% already.
Myers will take over that real quick if you're not careful. If
Well,
you,
that's really cool that you can buy this. It tastes delicious. It has a punch. It's alcoholic, so it has that in it. But you could dress it up if you want.
Yeah.
It
To your
tastes
point,
tropical as
we
it really does.
we really recommend. We're doing a series called Seven Sky Secrets. Like we get asked about a painkiller. Honestly, if you had that Bali Rum Trader, a little bit of whole milk, dash of nutmeg, and a dash of orange, shake that up, you got a painkiller.
Do you give any of these cheat codes on the website? Because I haven't seen any of that on the site.
We're gonna start to. Yeah, we just.
What do you call it when you add Malort?
Have you had Malort?
I have had Malort.
Have you had Malort, Ryan?
I don't even. Is this still an English speaking podcast?
He hasn't had it.
Oh, wait, what do we?
Oh,
I
man.
thought, was that another fart essence joke?
I mean, kind of, man.
Corpse fart.
I got introduced. It's funny you
Does that
bring up
go
Malort,
along
'cause
with
my
the cremation sign on Midlothian I just saw?
Pretty much.
Dude, what is up with that?
So
You can let
That's the distillery.
Malort is a Chicago drink that was made during Prohibition. There's a million varieties
guys
of it now.
carry it. Oh, my
Brendan
God.
always has it.
Oh God!
It is one of the worst shots you will have ever had.
No. That is bullshit.
No,
it is
Ryan, you're a drinker.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna build it
I don't
up
give-
like this terrible shot. It is, but it's not. I mean, it's not.
It's not in the way you
crazy
think.
herbaceous is what it is. It's
Yes.
bitter.
It's really bad 20 seconds after you swallow.
not. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not.
It gets worse.
It's one of those.
It's not like a gorilla fart where you hate it the whole time.
Immediately.
You throw it back, you're like, oh, that's weird. And then you're like, oh, wow.
and then it just keeps
I feel like it might be good for your stomach.
like
I
it
don't
goes.
know.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah,
It'll kill anything.
It's medicinal.
I say it'll kill a lot.
Yeah.
I think.
it kind of is. Actually, I have there's another version of this called Unicum. And it's out of Hungary, and it really is a digestif. And,
Okay.
like, people drink it medicinally, and this made it through during Prohibition because no one would drink that if it wasn't for medicinal purposes. But it settles your stomach, and I actually, if you've never
No
had
one would
Unicum,
drink it if it didn't get you
that
drunk.
stuff's very interesting.
Okay.
You can only get it in Hungary, and I had to mule this stuff back. I won't tell you where.
I don't
Yes.
know. So
Where do you mule Una come from?
Unicum.
Where would you store that?
There
place.
are a million directions I want to go.
Exactly.
Right?
If you,
I'll go the
if-
cleanest one I know.
yeah,
which
it was in my
Human
luggage.
beings will drink whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Like
It's an
mostly my
into a means.
early
Means to an end.
2000s enlisted buddies who decided like, okay, well, college didn't work out. So.
Yeah, let me.
And then they get over there after boot camp, AIT, and now they're in the in the front, and their parents are sending them Listerine bottles.
That's what
of
we
like
do.
just straight up mouthwash. They're like, I don't give a fuck if it is just.
Yeah, I
Send
gotta
what
feel
you
something.
can.
No, we would cut the Listerine, so we would remove the cap from the Listerine bottle, and then we'd fill it with White Lightning.
Yeah.
Because you would because that way it wouldn't change the color. The Listerine bottle itself is blue.
Yeah.
And you'd fill it with the White Lightning. You'd put the top back
Well, then
on
they-
it, seal it up, and then ship it to them.
Yeah.
And then they could just drink.
Then they got
Shit.
wise to that, and then and so then they're just like, just send the Listerine.
Yeah.
we can't do the White Lightning anymore. Just give me 5 bottles of Listerine.
That's rough. Dude, this is fantastic.
Thank you.
I really
It's actually
really
my
like this
favorite
drink.
right now. I'm a mood, so it shifts across all of them. But right now, I'm on a huge pog.
And I want to. The first time he handed me that, I was like, oh, okay, I'm sure it tastes great, but just another sweet one. But again, there's a whole launch. We could go a million directions. There's 2 vodkas, 2 rums. There's all these marketing stories to it. The fruited cocktails are definitely the wider base, collectively of drinkers, of non-regular drinkers as well, right? So
Yeah.
you think if I get on a cruise ship, if I go to a resort, people are getting pina coladas and whatever.
Do you guys think you could get a gin and tonic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do a gin and tonic. That's
But that's kind of low hanging fruit.
now it would be like right now, like the Tanqueray stuff. You're not going to really find it. It's strange. In 2020, when I started to work for Coastals in DC, the number 1 RTD in Washington DC was Devil's Backbone gin and tonic.
Ah.
And man, it was good.
So for that passion, what I like to do with it instead of adding another liquor, that's what my mimosa base on Sundays.
Oh,
yeah,
It's killer.
smart.
Nice.
Yeah. So you add that bubbly back in, you kick your mimosa up,
I like that it's so universal. You can do so many things with it.
you can add.
That's so part of the.
Right.
I want to
you
say
you want to try any of that? You pour your own a nipple.
you got to. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Of the Malort?
Of the Malort.
Yeah. I just want to.
All you
Like-
need
like-
is a
Just
few drops.
because
Yeah.
like
Well, because you bring us really good craft cocktails, and I want to introduce you to something.
All you need is like 6 drops, and you'll get the
Yeah,
vibe.
you don't.
They make a hop version of this.
Oh, now that's
Yes.
god awful.
Is this still readily
didn't
available?
make it better?
Yeah,
I
you
get it
can't
shipped
get it
in
here
from Chicago.
Speaking of
Yeah.
distributors, you can't
Yeah.
have it shipped here. The Commonwealth is like,
I've got
not
plenty of
in
it.
our world.
Interesting.
I
Yeah.
buy 6 bottles at a time.
I had this in Florida.
Yeah, there's
Was
always
it a
people who
was it a
put
hazing
Chicago-
ritual?
Chicago people,
It was a hazing ritual.
Chicago people are like they love
exactly
that
that.
it's bad. Like they embrace the
No,
suck.
that's
Give it-
it's
give it a
weird.
whiff.
It's like,
Give it
that's
a whiff.
exactly right. They want you to like they looking
You are
for you to
being
just
you are being hazed.
really nothing to
it
it.
doesn't
Right?
smell that bad.
No, I love the deceiving.
Ryan and I have
grapefruit
alcohol
sting.
in our blood that goes back generations. There's not, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nasty stuff we've come across, but when I did Malort, I think they were trying to haze me. And
Here we
look
go.
at
we go.
All right, it's in his mouth. He swished it. Oh, he committed to
Yeah.
a level that he shouldn't have.
It's like, it's not that
he's-
bad.
he's
Not
really
that bad.
gonna
Look,
Oh,
it's-
wait a
it
minute.
goes down
So
easy.
Wait a
they hype it
minute.
up to be worse.
His eyes got
It's not
big.
good.
His eyes got real.
it's when you breathe out afterwards.
Is this what they use in those barber shops where
Yes.
they put the
Yes, you
You put your comb in it.
in it.
The blue liquids in it.
That's how they
I
hit it.
honestly
You
think
no
that
longer
blue
have
cone
lice.
liquid would be better.
Look, there it is. There's the second
Yep.
kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that fat
coats
tire.
your
I gotta
mouth.
get back on some of that.
Yeah, go ahead. Try to chase it. It doesn't matter.
It
doesn't matter.
No, it lingers. Dude.
It lingers
Yeah.
for a minute.
Nah, that's like,
You're gonna be sitting with that.
yeah,
That's all right.
That's good.
that's good. It's good.
I've had worse.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You've definitely had worse.
Yeah,
but
we
Have you
it's
ever heard of
just such a-
Tecate? Oh, excuse me, Tecate. Didn't mean to trash your brand on me.
It's just such a weird tasting
It is.
shot, isn't it?
Wow.
Like it is bitter as shit.
Y'all are old enough. You remember Black? I don't know why it hit me. He said Tecate. You remember the Black Label beer? It was
Oh
red.
yeah. Yeah.
$1.99, $2.99 a six pack.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
It's brutal in your mouth, isn't it?
I remember when
Ryan-
Southpaw
Ryan's
Red
not-
Dog.
What is it made out of? I mean,
It's wormwood.
botanical.
It's wormwood, so that's similar to like
Yeah,
absinthe.
okay.
It's
They get the
wormwood,
worms
but it,
straight from the graveyard.
but so there's one side of the
Off a
wormwood
pile of
apparently
dung.
that has
Corpse
like
fart.
the yeah, it's a corpse fart. There's one side of the
There's feet in there also.
wormwood is
filtered
just
through.
such a
That's actually pretty
shitty,
good. I do get the
shitty
feet.
wood.
yeah.
It's
It's
what it's
filtered
brewed
through
from.
people's socks that have been playing basketball on the asphalt all day.
You're still tasting it, aren't you?
It's a little bit. Yeah. My tonsils are like, you should have pulled me out.
Yeah, it hangs with you for a while.
So it's funny going back to the name Seven Skies when I'm drinking the Bally rum and I'm reading your description and reading your about you, and I'm like, oh, these guys have traveled on the 7 continents and
Yeah.
derived all these. But I didn't realize you're actually like in Suffolk and Portsmouth.
Those are the
You
seven
thought they were
continents, right?
worldly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So brilliant marketing.
Yeah. And I was kind of perfect, like the 7 continents, 7 places, more like 7 regions. We haven't gotten like I have not been to Africa, so I don't know any cocktails out of Africa.
I don't think they're known
I did some
for their
traveling
cocktails.
in Southeast Asia, and there's some in there, and obviously we got to count North America.
Well, you should probably look aspirational goals. Like, would you ever want to have a cocktail from every continent?
If I
Yeah.
absolutely,
Absolutely.
I mean, that would be like-
absolutely. I would like
What's
to
the
have one from
Antarctica
every country in the
cocktail?
world. That would be awesome.
I don't
cocktail.
know. I don't know.
Like
I
a
think you just pour
signature cocktail from every-
gasoline in a plastic bag.
Glacier water.
We did a little charity promo event down on the beachfront over the summer, and one of the things I thought was cool, and it's kind of made some of the plan come to fruition, is your beachfront. You get a lot of seasonal bartenders, all that's going on, and what was the lady? She did a social media post for us as well. But the bartender when we were at the Shamin group, and
Oh, yeah.
you know, she's pushing us all day and everything. Towards the end, we're packing up, and she's like, "Hey, I made something for you guys. I want you to try it out." And we all tried it. It was amazing. And then
She'd
but
taken
it was
the
a
passion
recipe. It
and done
wasn't like a
something.
recipe off the menu. It was something
No.
that she had just had.
Yeah.
She took the
She's
passion
from-
rum punch, and then I don't know what else she did. She threw some stuff together, using that as a base, and
But
we're like, oh,
it's something that we kind of slid that recipe, not just in the back pocket, but talked to her too. It was like,
yeah.
Can we do
wanna-
this?
Yeah, I want to collab.
Yeah.
Like if we find somebody and anything, any of this catches on,
How do
you'd be
you-
like, hey, Troy
have-
brought something to us.
How do you marry that though? Like, all right, there's cocktails that you release that, like, well, I would have thought Fuzzy Navel would have hit with
Yeah,
the
we
Gen
did
Pop,
too.
but I didn't know. But like, you bring
It's
cocktails
delicious,
to the public that they've heard of, so it's very easy for them to kind of wrap their head around it. But you come up with like the person who met you at such and such festival and had this family recipe or whatever it was.
Be cool.
Like, it's difficult to put that out into the general public and have it hit in the same way because it's not name recognizable right away.
Right away. The idea there is to hopefully garner the name recognition that when you know, oh, Seven Skies, they are making actually really good cocktails. So the Bali Rum Trader, I even asked Ryan before I was doing this. I was like, do I name it Bali Rum Colada? Because
Yeah.
that's going to be a bit more recognizable, or even something Colada. And he
Maybe
was like,
maybe Clamato.
Ooh, those are good.
actually, people asked me to do a Bloody Mary. all
Don't
the time.
do it.
Like, oh, there's not a co-packer in the world right now that's going to entertain that.
Good.
But
Things are looking up.
yeah. And he was like, you know what, man? I say you make your mark. Like, that was the cocktail that was at the, just roll with it.
Yeah.
And I think that was a really smart call. I know that we don't have name recognition, We fortunately got Trader Joe's, and I think that some of the sales
Yeah.
are coming because people are going,
yeah.
Trader Joe. Oh,
It's got to be good.
so
Hey, if it works, it works.
Here's the McDonald's
so the
cola.
and that, by the way, I think that one of the reasons Raspberry Cosmopolitan is our
McDowell's.
number one.
Is it really?
It's our number one. And I think one of the biggest reasons.
What's
is
your number
because
one?
The
Raspberry Cosmopolitan.
Which was
Nice.
better than it should have been.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, a Cosmo's not good.
I'm
So,
not
like,
a big
I would never have
Cosmo,
picked it
but
up.
here's the funny part. Y'all would agree with me, and I think your bartender friend would agree with me very much. It's not really a Cosmo at all. A real Cosmo is cranberry with, I mean, it's a really drier.
Yeah.
It is sweet, but it's not like he was making it to be a bit more drier than it was. They're sweet, but they're not like, they're cranberry and citrus vodka essentially with a little Cointreau. They're not like amazing by any stretch. They're drier.
Yeah, no, yours was
This
way
is-
better than it should have been.
This is actually like real raspberries and stuff like
And
that.
you
So
taste
it's
that in it.
really a Cosmo. But that's what the bar we stole the recipe from was calling it, so we went with it.
Yeah.
that
and-
you collaborated with.
Yeah,
We collaborated. That's a good
Wait,
point.
did you say you edit this? Right?
I just did. That was it. That was the edit.
That live edit.
Yeah.
There's no trademarking recipes. I mean, drinks,
No, there,
right?
so there are a few exceptions. For instance,
What's it called when something's for the public, like a fuzzy
It-
navel,
yeah.
like Happy Birthday?
100%.
Like,
Yeah,
like
it's
Orange
entered into
Crush.
the public
when
domain.
I was with Coastals, you can't trademark Orange Crush.
yeah.
I'll tell you.
Well,
the-
there's everybody down your way fighting over who has the Orange Crush.
We're not talking about trademark.
no. Yeah.
Can I just ask,
no, but I'm
where was the
talking-
Orange Question, Ben? At Ocean City or Virginia Beach?
So that's the thing. I can't tell you
that's-
because I've heard both arguments from both people and I wasn't there. I mean, honestly, like
But we have a vote in the room. I'll start at
Waterman's-
Maryland.
Waterman's.
Waterman's
there's-
being in Virginia Beach. Okay,
There's a
so
beach city in Georgia that are like, fuck both of you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm sure there is.
This is the fucking place in Montana that's like the cheeseburger
talk
in
about
paradise.
what an
was
Orange
here.
Crush
no,
is.
it's not. You're out, Georgia.
Orange Crush is nothing more than a fresh squeezed screwdriver over crushed ice. There's nothing else to that drink.
Yeah.
Wrong. It's an Orange Crush, and it's the best. And it was invented in Maryland.
And I actually, I work the Ocean City market too. Like they are pretty staunch. Style.
Oh, they are.
That came from them, but there are a few exceptions. So, as an example,
I feel like every high school sophomore invented that.
Yeah.
I invented
it.
the pouring Kool-Aid into 40s. And then that became like the St. Ives ended up coming out with flavors years later. And I was like, that's mine.
waiting for Zima to come back with Jolly Rancher.
So
But
A collab where you already.
That would hit
Most
so
cocktails you can't trademark. There are exceptions. Like one of the cocktails I wanted to do at Coastals, and we ended up doing it, but we could not name it. The Cherry Blossom was based off of a cocktail at Death and Company in Manhattan called the Pink Elephant. And when I went, we wanted to go trademark. Like we were going to call it the Pink Elephant, and that was trademark. So if you have, I think their Coffee Spark Swizzle and a couple other cocktails, when they are really, really unique and they're kind of coming up with this stuff,
Yeah.
and it's they could trademark it and succeed. Most big time cocktails that you can't.
Yeah.
Technically, we're putting stuff out into the lexicon. You can trademark anything right here. You just have to just say it
Volley
out
rum
loud.
trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, trademark.
Yeah.
So, you guys might have researched this at some point along the way in the podcast, but what I've heard, and I'm sure
You overestimate us.
That's our lawyer right there in the tracksuit.
the third reference to Zima tonight, but if I'm not mistaken, Zima
we have talked a lot about
is White Claw.
What?
Check that. Bring that up.
Well, okay, hold on. Who owns White Claw?
The Zima Corp.
Well, because Coors owns Zima now.
Yeah, it's a Miller Coors product.
So, but I think Zima was behind, and it might not be White Claw. It might be Truly. It's one of them. But
it would be
I would say Truly.
Truly's
Truly.
Ambev.
Well, Truly was Sam Adams. Yes,
It's now Ambev.
and yeah, yep. That's
But so
it's
there's no way, like, as an Azima aficionado,
Brendan was. And is.
I drank, and when it got re-released, I bought cases of that shit and had it stacked. Like, I love Zima, and I've never to this date put a Jolly Rancher in a Zima. Wow, never will. Never will watch Titanic.
You are
never put a Jolly Rancher in a Zima. There's a lot of hate comes from that era.
You love
My
getting
soul.
tooled.
About what?
Your
Yeah.
nicknames, your choice of drinks, your television.
Zima was the
watch.
first thing that I said I never watched.
Stop.
Yeah, it's something different, Dave. Damn.
Your car choice. I mean, stop me, Troy.
I loved Zima, but I was like 16 when it came out. So it was like,
That's probably the first alcoholic beverage I had at a high school party.
yeah, I was like,
That you
oh.
didn't have to like fight down because it wasn't
Yeah.
a
That-
beast.
I had a Miller Genuine
That- yeah,
Draft,
pretty
and I
much.
was
That's
like,
exactly
this is
right.
the
Yeah.
worst.
Actually, so that's funny that you say that. Me too. And I remember taking my first and being at some party, and they had like, I don't know, some table, and I couldn't do it. Set it on there and kind of walk away. And went 30 seconds later, who the fuck left a full beer on here?
Yeah.
I'm like, who did that, dude? Like, God,
Yeah,
damn,
MGD
you know,
is so
nerd
bad.
did that.
No, MGD's terrible.
Then I
Sorry.
discovered Zima, and I thought, hey, being an alcoholic's easy.
Well, they can't be the same because in Zima, a malt beverage and those
So is White Claw.
seltzers.
I
Oh, they
think
are.
though those seltzers are
Oh, I didn't
technically
know that.
malt
They're all
beverage.
beverage.
By the way, White Claw is privately owned.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, White Claw is like a huge privately owned. I think it's Canadian. Guy in Canada.
Somewhere, Mr. Zima's like, yes,
the,
my
the
friend.
Mark somebody.
Yeah, Mark
Family.
Anthony.
Yeah, I think that might be right.
Yeah, it's a Mark Anthony brand. That's what I'm just.
Dude, you should. So that's it.
I can have a little
If
sip.
if Malort and Jaeger got together,
Okay, interesting.
it would be Unicum.
I was gonna say this
Okay.
is black, right? Like
Yeah, yeah. No,
Jaeger?
this pours
not
like
gonna-
Jaeger. No, help yourself. I have another bottle in there. But this stuff is wild. This is Malort and Jaeger together.
Okay.
Hungary drinks this. And Unicum.
Truly still owned by
So like basically
Boston Beer.
Underberg, except a bigger liqueur.
It
Well,
says 1790 on the bottle.
Okay,
that's when it started.
it smells like Underberg.
It's probably the original bottle.
Underberg being a knockoff of Jaeger, as far as I'm concerned. There you go.
What do you think
Now
about
you've
that?
had Malort and Jaeger got together.
I actually like this better than Jaeger.
Yeah, I fucking hate Jaeger.
Like I'm not a Jaeger guy.
That's a
That's actually
digestive.
not that bad.
Would it be good chilled? Like Jaeger?
Yeah, they
Sure,
serve it.
yeah.
They serve it chilled.
Yeah.
And then I've got a reserve Unicum in there.
This is a much better, more liqueurish Underberg. Like this is just a much like a. That's good.
It's hard to get your hands on.
That's why I don't want to take too much.
Not
Like,
if
these
you're
are,
in-
these
No,
are
no,
not big bottles, guys.
I have a big bottle.
For anybody
of-
listening, I mean these.
It's
these
a
are-
grenade.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a Mickey's
so he's-
grenade. Because once I
You don't go
discovered the
through this.
Reserva,
Is that even a 350?
I bought the big one of the Reserva.
Oh, you
'Cause
so
it's
it's a big. Is it a big ball?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's way better. Way better. That little stuff. But I had to have it on principle because that's what they drink.
That's cool. That's cool. I swear, I think my indigestion just cleared up.
This looks like it
might
would
I
coat your
recommend?
stomach.
Might I recommend trying a light twisted tea? It'll fix that. It'll bring that indigestion right back.
That's so funny.
That stuff is brutal, man.
It's actually I was at pitching to Giant Corp and I was sharing. We were in the waiting room. There's a guy, Lipton, hard Lipton. Nice tea is out. I guess that's coming.
It's everywhere. It's all the same trash.
I want to say something about that real quick. I really think there is something to consumerism and brand confusion. It's kind of like this. If Gatorade came out with hard Gatorade, it's not going to sell. People don't get Gatorades to buy it. I actually think it's
There's hard fake Gatorade out.
It's awful. I actually just
tried it.
I dumped one out the other day.
Yeah,
What is it?
there's a sport. It looks like
Called
a
like
Gatorade.
Strike Force.
Oh, you're talking about Strike Force.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's New Belgium's.
It's awful.
It's
God awful.
hard coconut water. Their biggest mistake is the branding they put on it. It looks like a mix of Body Armor and Gatorade.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
You're selling, but Arizona did hard Arizona. It's not doing anything. I mean, it's flopping. And I don't knock on Arizona, but I think it's some of the breweries that decided. Like one of the things I thought Cutwater did that was brilliant was split off and do. Did I say Cutwater? Ballast Point. What is Cutwater? So Ballast Point Beer decided they're going to do it. They created a whole new brand. That's what you do. I think one of the things that hurts Dogfish's cocktails is because when you think Dogfish, I don't think anybody thinks
I
cocktails.
didn't know they were in the cocktail game.
Exactly. And
That's
you think
crazy.
90-minute, right? 60-minute IPAs.
30 minute.
We just
great
did their
minute.
30
I
minute.
was listening to that, and I was intrigued. I was like, oh. At first, I was like, I don't think that's me. And then
Do we have another one here?
There's a couple
No,
people.
I drank them all.
Yeah.
That night.
It was. I gotta say, it sounded like you probably were going to do it because they were just. You were like, man.
Yeah.
It just goes down. It doesn't have any more hops than their hop water offering. Like
Okay.
the non-alcoholic thing. It's like that kind of a hop profile. But
But they're in the ready to drink game?
They are, but then not as much anymore because they weren't pulling at all. They've lost a ton of shelf space. And, they had a couple things that were decent. I think more decent than a bunch of stuff that's thrown out there. But again, there's something I think that hurt Bold Rock in the beginning. What Bold Rock did wisely was they reformulated and they're starting to use good ingredients. So I would submit that their Orange Crush is the best Orange Crush in the market right now in Bold Rocks.
I didn't know they were from Maryland.
And that's weird because I wouldn't have I wouldn't have thought that. I wouldn't have thought that. Like I would see a Bold Rock label and be like, I know
honestly,
what that
it's-
tastes like.
it's really
exactly.
good.
And I think that there is
To your
something
point, they
to
should
the
break
brand.
off and do a different
You
brand.
name you do something else and create your distillery name or your distillery image or your cocktail bar image and then do that. And I think you have a much better chance at actually doing some damage. Or you're a liquor company like a Crown and you come in and like, we're liquor. And that helps.
Yeah.
Obviously that helps. But a lot of these breweries or these like Monster coming in and getting into the alcohol space.
That's crazy.
Well, but they did it in such a not Monster way. Like come in and do the beast and do 10, 12%. Your malt, do like something hard hitting. You're in a C-store, get a 16.9 or 19.2 banger at like 12%.
So what'd they do?
They did a 6% basically, and it was fermented malt beverage.
That tastes like their energy drink.
Does it have uppers
essentially
in it?
yes. And then they'll just do
So they can still get you up? Does it have like taurine and bullshit?
no. I don't think.
So it's just downers?
Yeah. I don't know that. Can you do?
I don't think you can. Since,
You can do
Four
some,
Loko
like,
kinda
you
screwed
can
that
do
up.
some
Four
coffee.
Loko.
There are some coffee drinks you can absolutely do, but you can't go. But so like you can't be an energy drink and a bunch of liquor because y'all remember that Four Loko?
Yeah, Four Loko
I
was
never
amazing.
drank it
Yeah.
because by the time when it took off, I actually was scared. I was like, I don't want my heart to explode.
One of the first times I drank two, and I was seriously thinking, this is how people die. Crazy. Like I'm about to get a heart attack.
It's fantastic.
I would
really good.
I would totally drink a Red Bull and vodka before court.
Yeah.
Ryan, remember Red Bulls and vodkas before the clubs? Our whole freaking college experience.
So Ryan, this is very interesting. I understand exactly why Will is here, like how this all happened, but like, how'd you end up in this? Because you don't sound like you come from a liquor background,
Not at all.
but you're all in. Like you're invested in Seven Skies. Like you're a partner here. Like this is.
He's working every day.
Well, I came from broadcast technology.
Okay.
And so I was always in the technology route outside of education. And we both went to George Mason. So I'm going to take
Okay.
a step back.
Fairfax guys.
We are both from Chesterfield County. We both graduated Meadowbrook High School. Go Monarchs.
Amen.
Yeah. Both went to George Mason. He went to New York. I stayed. Came back to Richmond. Worked in the television industry for a while. Did ad
Okay.
sales, etc. That's actually
Yep.
how I got to meet Troy through that network of friends.
Y'all have a mutual friend. I just forgot. I don't know if we've talked about this, and I don't know if we want to
Well,
talk
it won't
about
be great
him.
for pod.
Yeah, but you guys know because when one of your daughters had her party at Maymont, he was there with his wife and kid.
Oh no shit.
Your old roommate. I don't want to say his name,
Bars?
but because of
Barzalowski?
because of what he does.
Yeah,
for
we'll
a
leave the
living.
name out. We'll talk about it after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we know each other. But so
yeah.
how'd you end up in this? I mean, obviously
just,
your brother.
I ultimately always wanted to go the business route. Went back to and did my MBA at Mason in 2009, kind of applied all that. Then ended up in systems integration with a company here is based out of, they were originally based out of Mechanicsville, they're in Ashland now, called Digital Video Group. Awesome systems integrator. But I spent 16 years there and just needed a change.
You wanted to flex that business muscle. You got
yeah.
the MBA,
Yeah,
like
pretty much.
You
And
wanted
know how
to
to-
drink on the job.
but you had that entrepreneurial bug.
Yes.
So when you heard all this,
Well,
your spidey senses.
I was looking for something else for several years
Yeah.
with some other people. I kind of wanted to do something marina based, boat based. That's really where my heart's at, is wanting to be
I'll sell you a boat.
in something in there. No, I'm good. But when Will was developing this plan, he said, well, what do you think? Obviously, you're trying to take in as much input as possible. We're brothers, right? We're two
Yeah.
different guys too. Like we butt heads. We've gone through the ups and downs with the company. Never thought we would go into a business together. But one of the challenges I told him to do when he took off to Bali was do an actual business plan. Do a business plan. I never thought he'd do it.
Yeah, this was the
paper.
easiest
Yeah.
path. It was, I'll put this one barrier in front, and then I don't have to worry about
And he
this shit.
came back and he's like, hey, look, I want you to look at this business plan. And again, whether it was accurate, and I mean, it was mostly. It was like he had a lot of detail in there. He wrote something up. He put it all together. And I was riding home that night from
Some
Virginia
thought and
Beach.
effort went into it.
It was. It absolutely. And he hit on a lot of points I didn't think he would have.
This is pre-chat GPT. Well done.
Yeah.
By the way, I use it a lot now for formulation.
I'm sure.
But yeah, and the timing was just right. And I thought he would need some more institutional money, bank lending, SBA loan, anything.
Hold
in
on,
that.
you guys bootstrapped this shit?
Yeah, it's all bitch.
Yeah.
Are you serious? So your 401ks got dumped out, basically. Like
Yes.
you basically.
We are.
You're all in.
We're all in.
We're all in.
We don't have an option.
Well
This has gotta
done,
work.
boys.
This has got to work.
So like there is no bankruptcy doesn't really help you. It doesn't get
No.
rid of a debt. Your debt is your debt.
Yeah.
But I'll tell
and-
you, that kind of lack of net though, that will fucking motivate you.
Yeah.
Like I respect.
That's
the
why
shit
they
out of
drove
that.
2 hours to come get on our podcast.
I do want to interject one of the things because I was looking for help for him to look at the business plan, and he was in a position at the time too. He's like, look, even if it's just a small thing to help X, Y, and Z, he was not really interested in joining the party. But as it was kind of matriculating, one of the things was I knew he wanted to put his MBA to work.
I
Because
could see it
him
just
and
when
I,
he brought it up.
we do have differences, but there are big similarities. Is like how we see people, how we see business, how we see things should be run are very similar.
You're both
And
people.
We are, and,
I mean,
and he's A type. Like I also always believe that. Yeah, I knew it'd be uncomfortable, but a good company is going to have somebody who's going to see it completely different than me, and
That's
force
funny you
me
say that.
to
I agree.
do look at things I didn't think of, and frankly, like one of the ideas is my goal is for him to kind of ultimately, I'm not trying to blow his spot up, but him kind of be the president. I don't need to be that. I want to do innovation in the cocktails. I want to go out and get new markets, but I needed Ryan's like knowledge of what he took to be able to, and I think he took it as like hey, I can now use what I know I'm good at
Yeah.
to implement my vision on at least how business should go.
You put two people together who think exactly the same, then you may as well just have one.
100%.
Yeah.
Like it's not. Troy and I do a podcast together, and I mean, you've never seen so many high fives.
Yeah, we love each other.
You get Dave in here,
Yeah.
total douchebag.
Yeah, total. I don't even know what he brings to this, honestly.
Yeah, because he's wrong.
He's about to
all
tell
the
you,
time.
dumbass.
But
That's what he does.
But it's his level of disagreement,
Yeah.
and like he's coming from a mutual place of like trying to get to the same goal, but sees it differently.
Sees it differently. Yeah.
And thank goodness.
Yes.
Because when we're just high-fiving, it's really not great pod. And then Dave shows up and he says something, and then we get to point at him and say, "You're so stupid." And that makes for great pod. Isn't that right, Dave?
Except for my wife disagrees with that.
But I've noticed this, and I've noticed this in business. Like when I surround myself with everyone who agrees with me, we'll get to a certain point. And we can do great things to a certain point.
Yeah.
The
But
ceiling's
until
lower.
somebody... Actually, we were out here last week, and I had come up with devised this whole plan to reheat a bunch of meat on the bar without burning the place down. And I'd come up with an idea, and I'd worked all the way through it. I was like, with these three things, I can make this whole situation work. And then before I started putting all the pieces together, I was like, "Hey, come over here." And I grabbed a couple guys, and I was like, "How would you do this?" Just so I could hear a different angle.
Yep.
And then they started coming up with other shit. And then Troy came over and he was like, "You're forgetting this." And like all the different pieces came. My idea would have worked. It would not have worked half as
You just
well.
don't reach your
It
potential.
would have lasted it would have burned everything down.
You shut the shit down.
But it would have made the meat hot.
It would have heated the meat
Like,
up.
I had one
Jags
go-
acted some
Yeah.
professional input.
I was like, you're going to want to put water under that, or you're just going to burn the meat up.
Which was brilliant. Like, hadn't gotten that far. But like, I had an idea and I knew I could execute. And if I had just moved, it wouldn't have worked as well. But I brought in like some contrarian thinkers. And what we finished in the end was like really good. Now I know that's a horrible example for trying to build an entire business, but I think it's important that you guys don't see eye to eye.
No, I think it's very, and I don't think he
With a common goal.
would have wanted to really put the investment in if he didn't. I think I think you said, look, yeah, I can, if you're going to let me kind of be a part of this and help you enact this, then I can help you. If you're going to just sit on, like, I'm speaking.
Well,
You're letting him cook. You're letting him do his thing.
In some ways, he lets me
different
kind of do
roles.
my
Yeah, I
thing.
don't-
I mean,
roles.
sometimes it's more like he's
I'm
keeping me on.
accounting,
Yeah.
finance,
He's not a cook, Troy.
legal.
Yeah, but how bad
It's a
can he be at
metaphor.
that?
Correct. That's so, actually a
I
lot of
don't
credit
have
to
an
our
MBA.
father.
I don't.
Who stepped in. Our father stepped in and was like, "Look, here's the deal, boys. Right? Like,
Yeah.
lanes,
No.
lanes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Define what you're doing. Define why you wanted to join, and then stay in your lanes. And then it's like finding trigger words. You know,
Basically.
it's like, hey, ultimately, if he can ask me opinions, we can make comments about what tastes good, what doesn't taste good. If I tell him like, hey, don't release that product, it doesn't taste good, he can say, hey, that's not your lane. I'm
Yeah.
the beverage guy. I've been in every restaurant and bar up and down the East Coast for, however long.
Yeah. But if you say legally,
If he
you
says I
can't
want to
release
buy a
the-
10-foot can balloon and put it down at the ODU parking lot and find out that it's not
that's
even
actually kinda
legally
real.
responsible.
I was going to say, this is hitting close to
And that's actually a real thing where we wanted to do something. He was like, wait.
How much is this going to cost?
Yeah, it's
No, it was more
$1,200.
like, you're gonna
I'm
get
like, have you
ourselves
even
in
asked if
trouble.
that's allowed to be there? He's like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't it be? They make one phone call, and the guy at Hoffman's like, fuck no.
Absolutely
no, you
not.
cannot buy that. He's like, well, I guess we're not buying a balloon.
The guy's like, and nowhere in this conversation did
Excuse
you
my
come
language.
anywhere close.
it's good.
We're all dumb for having listened to it. I award you no points.
But I'm glad you guys have each other because I
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
see that you
Yeah.
you even move through this room differently, and that's
Yeah.
good. Like that's a very good thing because what you're producing is damn good cocktails.
Thank you.
Yes.
And
Thank
that's all I want out of y'all's partnership. It's damn good cocktails
honestly,
to come out
kind
of
of
it.
what Ryan tells me. He's like, I'm here. My skill set's to aid you, and we just need to make damn good cocktails. Now,
Yeah.
get it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if
Let me
you do
ask
that,
What year did you come up with the idea? What year did you have your first can with a label? What year were you in, your first stores?
2024.
Well, 2023, the business was organized.
So this is pretty nascent.
Yeah.
But when did you say, you know what, I need to do this, and I know that there's some time before you do the articles of
like, were you
incorporation.
thinking about this at
Indonesia
2015?
2023 or before? Yeah. What was it?
We're a year out of that non-compete. Does that count?
Yeah.
Don't ask him. You're literally the guy to answer that. What the fuck?
He's referencing the coastal
What day
thing,
is
and
this?
I had to go dark for about a year. Based
But
on
you were
some
thinking about
contracts.
this a while ago.
I was thinking about doing yes. The short answer is yes. The truth is I was programmed to think about doing it for somebody else. So I had this vision, except it was for who's going to pay me to come in and take over their RDD, and I can take them to the next level. And it wasn't
And
until
Bear got you
Bear
going.
goes, dude, stop it. You need to think for you.
Yeah.
And so it kind of starts there, and
Which is when it gets real.
it gets real. And that actually was like into 2022.
Gets real
Nice.
fast.
And
Yeah.
then
And then when you incorporated was 2023,
2023, May 2023,
and then when did it hit a store?
end of June 2024.
Nice.
I love seeing Dave.
I mean, there was
Yeah.
a lot of hurry up and wait when you're getting your licensing. And then there was hiccups like A, with the co-packers, B, with us changing an address. We had a place that we were banking on, and all your licensing hinges on your address first. Like
Yeah.
first you got to get it all, the local government has to say, yeah, you can have alcohol there and it's in the zone. And then you kind of start
Not
your-
a political statement.
No, it's not.
No. Shutdowns or potential threat of
yeah.
shutdowns.
Shut down. Like right
all the
now.
above.
Well, so TTB is one of those agencies that is, not considered critical. So it was
2020.
23. Yeah.
Yep.
Fall of 2023, mid September, the threat of the shutdown. So it was like everybody.
You're in the mix of it.
Yeah. So everybody
Actually,
at
right
TTB
now,
is like, I'm
we're
not
in the
showing
mix
up.
of
We
it
don't know.
right now.
So,
I can't
yeah.
get. I'm going to give you guys some samples of stuff, but I got to wait till the government reopens to get the formulation approved.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
that's TTB. So, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it took
Underground
Like, oh,
shit.
and then I
got a
want to
question.
also. Yeah, go ahead.
I got a question that has nothing to do with Seven Skies.
Cool.
But we talked about it on the podcast. I forget who it was. It was one of the energy drinks. We couldn't decide, and the article didn't decide, but a few months ago they packaged alcohol with an energy drink label.
Celsius.
It was the Celsius.
Celsius.
Yeah, and they had to recall it all. And
Yeah,
make a
so-
change. Yep.
So we were trying to figure out how that happened. Like, I'm assuming that it was already canned in a generic can and they shipped it somewhere.
shared
No.
carrying.
I heard it was at the
facility.
canning.
No, because those cans are already printed before it goes to canning.
But-
So
So wherever they fill the cans,
yeah,
they put the wrong product in.
correct.
Yeah.
I didn't know
co-packer
they.
messed
I
up
didn't
bad.
know. I would assume some government agency would be like, if you're putting alcohol in a can, you can't then put an energy drink in the same process.
In the same facility.
Yeah, in the same facility, you would
Yeah.
think there'd
No,
be.
you can can non-alcoholic stuff in the same facility as can. You know,
but
these
then
co-
I'm actually surprised that
Case
doesn't
in
happen all the
point.
time.
it's the reason it's a little bit shocking is that as much as alcohol is regulated, the FDA quality control on non-alcoholic
yeah.
is insane. And there are checks to checks to checks. And so how it got to that last stage, but look, shit happens, man. I mean, it
Yeah.
does. It can. Somebody screwed up. Somebody
Yeah.
batched the wrong stuff.
I
They
assumed
used the
everything
wrong
was in that
cans, like-
universal silver can, and they took pallets off, and they were like, "This is Celsius," when really it was a Surfside or whatever the hell.
No, what they would have done is look, they probably had the tanks mixed up. They had alcohol over here, non-alcoholic over here, or however.
They were supposed to pull out tank A, and they pulled out tank B.
pretty much.
Man.
And I don't know what happened, but those things can happen.
Yeah.
It happens rarely, but it does happen. And so
I just assumed that the government would be like, "This is a clean area that only
Yeah, they have to-
non-alcoholic."
you can't be in here.
That
Yeah.
gets down to more the state level. For instance, now this isn't with co-packers, but let's say like our licensing allows us to distribute and whatnot from our place, but we can't have anything over 7.5 in our warehouse. Before we got into our new warehouse, we were operating at 2 locations. If you have one as a bonded warehouse and you have hard spirits that are over 7.5, that has to be a separate spot. You have
still-
to have.
Yeah.
You just use the term bonded. That still is a real thing.
Oh yeah, very much so. Very much so. I
love-
like for instance when
Those are
I'm
my favorite
purchasing
bourbons.
liquor.
Yeah, but bonded and bond really only meant like it's just like one day where like a dude was there.
Yeah,
who
they come
could
down and check your
oversee it.
warehouse. But
And
like,
that's when it was bottled in bond, but otherwise it's not. Like
but
that's the
bonded has
difference.
a lot to do more with like taxation. And so
Oh yeah, any dude that shows up, that's about taxation.
yeah. Well, and like for instance, when I'm buying and when I'm getting bulk liquor and I'm sending it over to a co-packer to get ready to go into the drink, there has to be a certificate. It's called transfer in bond. So the co-packer has to have a transfer in bond certificate.
It's
or else
basically
you
a
can't
chain of
receive it.
custody for
Correct. That's
that
exactly what it
people
is.
are. It's always with someone who knows
who's
what it
watching
is.
it where
yeah.
it's at so that they can tax it when it's done. Because once it's done, like there are alcohol taxation fees that come out in your tolling fees and things like that that are paid to the government right
Mm-hmm.
out. And then it's called released in bond, like it's released from bond.
Do you have any dreams of the future of distilling your own spirits?
No.
No. And is that
No.
like, I know what goes into that?
I know what goes into that. I know what goes into that. We do want a distillery. There's a difference between wanting to distill and having distillery. There's some nuances. We would like a distilled spirits permit to do a storefront and then honestly work more on just cocktails. And
Where then you could have various cocktails.
So you
like
mean
maybe-
for a tasting room?
tasting room.
Solely.
I was
And-
gonna say, so
yes.
y'all, that's a goal of yours
Yes,
to get a
it is.
tasting room
Get a tasting room
down
and
at the
really
ocean
get-
front, or just
Nah, it'd
in
be
the
right here.
seven.
Honestly,
in the Seven
that's not
Skies
really-
footprint. Anywhere
in
down
the
there.
Seven Skies footprint, that can mean a lot of different things. So I mean, because I think we're both kind of open. If we find a place that just makes sense and it's not Virginia Beach, I don't think either one of us would say no.
Yeah.
In
to Route
fact,
151.
one of the places we were originally looking at as a spot was over in Cape Charles
Ooh,
on the Eastern Shore.
That's cool.
So
That spot's blowing up. That is
Yeah,
some,
Cape Charles has got some influx. That's a pretty cool spot. I love
yeah.
that spot.
I think that's actually a pretty cool spot to put it. Eastern Shore of Virginia,
Yeah.
like dude,
Yes.
that's
And
You guaranteed traffic coming through there all the time.
Oh, down 13 and people.
Yeah.
Yeah, your visibility. The cool thing is, I would like the equipment though to be able to do like draft cocktails and then go to restaurants and do.
I was going to ask you if you could, like, Coke has syrup that they mix with water.
Yeah, could
Is
you-
there
do
something
you
you
do
can do
kegs?
for that?
You could do that, but that's actually a bit more of the bastardized version of what we want to do. Like we
trying
want
to be
able
more craft, less
I want
less
to do
macro, more
no,
micro.
Absolutely. I would like to go and be like, we're going to do this one cocktail. It's going to be 2 kegs worth, and it's going to be for you only. And let's do a collaboration. You got killer bartenders. Let's talk about that.
So you guys
on the
obviously have a
macro
ton
level,
of vision.
Yeah.
on the macro level, I'd like to. Both Ryan and I talk about like partnering with some different charities and doing like a charity cocktail where we're really just breaking even, but all the proceeds, the profits would
This
actually
goes to
go
Alcoholics Anonymous.
So how quickly could you whip up one of them charitable cocktails?
I have people who have asked me to do it now. It's just like they want me to pay for everything up front. I'm like, all right, hold on.
Yeah.
Well, what?
You know,
So
if I
you
was-
know that we're a charitable bunch here. We'll be growing mustaches
I mean, if
starting
you guys
in 2
had a
weeks.
legitimate charity that you wanted to do something for,
No, we
could
literally- We do.
100% collaborate.
I'm
and
on
do something
I'm
for
on
sure.
the board of M4K, and we here grow mustaches. And last year we raised over $1 million, all for local children's charities.
Cool.
And we do every week we do a bar meetup in November, and then we also do a stash bash at the end of the month at a what's the bar?
Triple Crossing.
Triple Crossing.
Cool. Great.
And we go to a bunch of smaller
Which
bars.
you already brought up Falcon Smash. You're already aware that that's the finest of all the IPAs.
So I
in
think
town.
Falcon Smash is the best IP on the market right now.
Yeah.
It
Just
is.
in general.
There's no doubt.
Like it can go against Alchemist. It can go against Sip of Sunshine. It can go against all the best.
I like that you just dropped an Alchemist on there. Fuck yeah. You
Yeah.
damn right it can. Or
Yeah.
But so like.
But anyway, we
could
can talk about that
Could we
later.
even get a keg in that place? I don't know. Yeah,
They
we should-
might. They're actually open to they're. Yeah,
I know the owner, so maybe I could.
So I mean, there are some ideas.
We know a lot of,
have
I mean, we deal with the owners at Final Gravity, at Midnight. These
Yeah.
are bars
Oh,
we
yeah.
go to every
Yeah.
every. So even if we could just get your product in there, probably like that'd be cool.
So you guys are
say no.
you guys are obviously you're feeling good about your growth trajectory at the moment.
Yes, lessons learned. I've had to. You gotta understand, when I launched Coastals, there was nobody in the market except for Devil's Backbone, and we went off like a rocket ship. And the thief is comparison of joy. I had to go back and revisit numbers about like what it's like to carve yourself as a Kona big wave in a sea of tons of great craft. Mm-hmm. And then when I look at the numbers, I'm going, oh my God, we're actually doing really good.
Yeah.
So we're trajectoring really good. I think initially I had bigger delusions and had to come down to earth a little bit. But now, I mean, the down to earth has been like, man, we sat back recently. We're like, man, we're doing good. Like,
Okay, that's
we
Yeah.
got a
right.
lot
So-
of stuff on the docket too coming down the pipe.
That's awesome.
Landing stuff like ODU and
So your distribution is currently how wide?
mainly all the state of Virginia, with the exception of Roanoke, Danville, and like Bristol. Except looks like Roanoke's coming on board in 2026, and so is Danville. So all pretty much you can
So
say
you'll have Virginia.
all of Virginia. And all
Danville's
of
got
Florida.
that casino.
We're gonna try.
Yeah.
we're gonna
That'd
try.
be good. That'd be a good market to get into.
I'll tell you what. This is probably a good time. I'm gonna go pour something. So I've been working on a margarita. I've got a few different just 2 variations.
I am not a margarita guy, so if you can make me enjoy this,
I hope you like fresh lime. This is a fresh lime margarita.
got
we've
one-
already established not a big lime guy. This is going to go great.
I got one more hard question for
Yes,
you.
yes.
All right, so I'm just envisioning the Danville Casino. So someone can buy your 12-ounce can of a Bally Rum Trader for X number of dollars at the bar. How much for a bartender to make 12 ounces? How much would they charge a customer for 12 ounces of the same drink?
Of like if they made it themselves.
Yeah, which would be like what, 4 drinks or
3 drinks
In a
probably.
casino.
I mean,
Oh
you're
my
looking at
God, you can go up
$15,
to
$20 a
$20
drink.
Yeah,
15's
15,
cheap.
20.
15's
Yeah.
cheap. 20's high. It's somewhere in
Yeah.
there. It's somewhere in
And
there.
I would assume
Now they would probably have a little bit more booze.
Right.
These are only 6%.
And the price of our 12-ounce can would scale up as well, right?
Yeah.
So
They'd probably sell the
you're
can
at the
for like
11 to
14,
12,
15 bucks.
yeah, up there. So
Versus 45, you mean?
I tell you what, though, if
Yeah.
I could turn around and grab a can versus actually having to make a margarita and it's
Oh, yeah.
busy, there's no doubt in my mind. I'd be like, "Have you tried Seven Skies?"
Oh, no doubt. That's what I was wondering.
Well, and that's
more-
why when I
no,
was
more
drinking
bar
at
managers.
bars, like I would, like if I wasn't getting a rum and coke, like I'm getting a beer because bartenders do not want to make those drinks.
No.
Like,
And I don't
it's
wanna
a-
wait.
and I don't want to wait as a drinker. Like,
And if you're a bar, so
Margarita
there are two
machine is
sides to
down.
the equation. 'Cause, like some bars are very good at making junk, but good tasting fruit junk with booze in it for very little, and
Alabama
their
Slam.
margins and their margins are insane on it.
well, you were talking about espresso martinis. From what I hear from bartenders, that's like the worst. Like
It's the
people,
least
I would
favorite
still
drink.
People
say
wanna
anything
murder
you have
people.
to muddle. Like I remember Bart slinging drinks at a place called Brooklyn Heights Cafe off the Promenade during July 4th, and the amount of mojitos coming in, I literally
yeah.
turned to the guy, I was like, "I'm done." And he's like, "You're gonna make them, or you're gonna get fired." So I basically
'Cause you're
sitting there
muddling all
trying
that
to- you're
mint, like,
muddling
in that
all
As soon
sugar
as I
and
hear my
that
wife
sucks.
order a mojito, I go, "Just make it two."
Yeah.
because you're already fucked.
Yeah, no.
So
as a
I may
bar-
as well
yeah.
just have a mojito
No,
versus
yeah.
like
making
I
you turn
wasn't
around
going to
and do
ask this of
anything
you,
else.
sir, but my wife's already inconveniencing you,
Yeah.
so I'll jump.
But like,
in.
I don't want to order anything else now because I know that was already the pain in the ass.
Yeah.
We've already cleared the hurdle, so just make it two.
Some bar managers, though, are their mindset's completely shifting, and they're looking at it going, "I love this," because right now the restaurants are having
Yeah.
major staff issues. They can't get people to work worth a piss, and then they've got inconsistency. You got heavy hands. You got, and even one of these.
I love those guys.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah, but
love.
we're
the heavy
gonna cut
hands.
them out.
The bar manager.
I'm talking about for
I know,
not
but,
drinks.
But Seven Skies, why would you not want
I got you,
to have
Jeremy.
just Seven Skies? Because now I don't have to worry about the heavy hand.
Correct. It's bar cost control, and you're not having to worry about necessarily. Like if I give you a can, now I still think they should sell over ice with a straw, but a lot of them are like, nope, can.
Yeah, no glass,
napkin,
no
or
ice.
maybe a napkin, but no glass,
No ice,
ice,
no straw.
There's no straw, and these
saving
things kinda-
turtles left and right.
and then you don't have the heavy hand. And honestly, if you guys do the math on heavy-handed pours,
Oh.
even a small amount over a period of a year, it ends up being like a couple salaries. Like
Yeah.
it's nuts.
Yeah.
I'm dying to try a margarita
Yeah.
right now.
All right.
Well, he pours that. He's the reason he's in the sales side is to also answer the hard question and the things we have to be conscientious and realistic about, because we don't have our production costs down from a volume standpoint.
Yeah, you're
we
not
were talking
making
about it earlier.
1 million gallons at a time, so it's
They're still making a lot more money off that poured beverage. So if they're going to make a Greyhound, this is a good example. That was my drink, my college drink.
What is that?
A Greyhound?
Yeah.
Is the pineapple and vodka, basically.
Oh,
Excuse me, grapefruit and vodka.
Yeah, it's
Excuse
pretty
me.
basic drink.
Yeah,
I've
just
never heard it called that.
Yeah, grapefruit and vodka. They're going to pour that grapefruit and vodka for 75, 80 cents on cost on that drink, right? And then charge you $7-8 for it. Mine's $2.10 to them per
But
can.
3 of those would be more than yours for 12 ounces.
Correct. Well, yeah, but
See, look, I'm giving you some sales tips.
so there, 3 of those is also
there you go.
Higher ABV.
yeah,
Yeah.
per ABV that you're out the door pretty.
This is Sam.
I think we are going to be much more palpable play for your actual like bar and restaurant style places
When you
we
scale
can
up.
get we scale up and get our cogs down. I think then all of a sudden they will look at it and go, because when we take them to on premise, you mentioned your daughter's up in Blacksburg. We got with the on premise rep in Virginia Eagle who covers us out there, and he introduced me to like the 5 main downtown Blacksburg bar owners. And,
Tots,
yeah, and
top of the stairs.
there's some.
Now, this is
I
not
can't
100%
think of the name of it. But
So what-
long story short, he's like, this stuff's
This
amazing.
is
It's great.
This is about 90%
can't-
done. This is getting close.
it cost
We're
me too
almost
much.
there.
So this
know?
is what's going to be canned.
Yes.
So what you've created here is less sour than I don't like the sour. in
It's got a good
So,
sour
you know
kick,
what we
though.
should-
No,
have
it
done.
does, but it doesn't bother me.
We should have cracked one of the other ones to do that side by side. Like
I have
Oh,
this-
we'll
this
get to
one.
that.
This is the other margarita.
If you brought anything we'll get.
So,
let's
in
see
my
it.
opinion, a good margarita is fresh lime.
But this tastes like a really fresh, like, it's going to sound fucking horrible, but like in the way a limeade is like a good limeade that's like,
Honestly, that's what a good margarita tastes like. Have you, Simply Limeade
but that's
is a
what this,
fantastic
Yeah.
representation of where you're starting to go with a good.
but that's what this tastes like. To
It
me.
does taste like limeade.
It's not like that sour bullshit that I get.
It doesn't. It when you hear margarita, we all do this. You're thinking the bullshit, crappy
Yeah.
mix that you get at every Mexican restaurant that you can grow to like. But when
But
it's
I don't
made
want to
right,
be like
exactly.
This tastes like a limeade, which I actually enjoy.
This tastes more natural. Than,
This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
what
I
a
know this is
margarita
real.
should be. Tequila is so you can't make a good margarita
Tequila's
without
come a long way.
tequila. Okay, the
And you gotta
tequila
use good
interacting with the
tequila.
lime does a lot of stuff. You can get brininess, a little salt. If you're really careful, and this is not constructed in the way to really pick this up. This is we're headed towards like skinny here, but you can get smokiness sometimes in it. It's like not smoke on it, but
But that's funny. So my wife drinks the skinny margaritas, and I prefer those.
yeah. So that's
I can taste that
That's
hint
kind
of
of what
salt
we're
in
working
there,
on.
too.
Yeah, there's salt in there. No, this is tasty.
It's delicious.
I wanted to hate this, and I've already finished it. I was like, oh, cool.
That's version one. Let's see if you can try and see if there's any difference.
Wait,
in
so that one was
this one was number one and has a little bit more. It's more condensed a little bit.
okay.
I'm playing with like concentrate levels, sugar levels. This stuff is such fresh lime concentrate. I mean, it is like real lime. There's not a drop of sugar in this. This is the first cocktail we're gonna have to actually add some granulated sugar in it just to get it balanced, because it's just such fresh lime. And I'm also messing around with using not from concentrates, which is another thing. But
This one's a hair more tart,
that's what I thought, and it wasn't supposed to be. But I think like
right? Am I wrong?
No, I think you're right. It tastes. It doesn't taste as busy as the first one. It doesn't taste like there's as much going on as the first
so.
one.
That would be because concentrate dropped a bit, so is the sugar. Now I wonder if the ratio.
Actually, I don't like sweet drinks, and both of these aren't sweet to me.
So to give you an idea, we're in the like 20,
They're both good.
22 to 25 grams of sugar in the 12 ounces. These are like, this is going to probably equate to about 16, 17, 18 grams in the 12. So more subdued, more drinkable from the can. This is also 7.5%. So we maxed
nice.
out what you can do in Virginia with this one.
What was the first one? ABV.
They're both.
Yeah, they're both. These are both 7.
Oh, okay.
Did you try? Did you get any?
I did. Yes.
Did you get the second one?
The
the
first
second
one
I want
is
to try
like,
the first one again.
Oh yeah,
Since I
finish
just
that off.
yeah. I just took a little second sip of that because I wanted to understand. It's the first one's a little more like I don't know how to say it, it's like basic bitch,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think I like it.
The second one seemed a little more
Tart.
cut. It seemed just
You're saying like a
cut.
little bit more balanced.
Yeah.
Right? Yep.
Yeah, whereas
like
this
the
one
first
was
one.
basic bitch, and I kind of agreed with the basic bitch. It's the pumpkin.
I'm
spice.
playing. There's a. I guess this is about 90% done. I want to dial this in a little bit more. I'm probably leaning to maybe using a little orange liqueur in here.
Ooh,
Elevate it a little bit.
yeah,
That certain one, first one, I tasted more salt in too, and I didn't taste
yeah.
salt in the second one.
I think that's what.
And the
second
salt
one-
helps cut the sour.
Absolutely. So I think the
the
brininess
salt-
is an important part of a margarita.
Yeah, I would
Yes.
think a little pink salt popped in
Yeah.
that, and
That's
like,
what it was.
all that a
Somebody
day.
was it you, Ryan? Somebody was like, wouldn't it be cool if we could get like a can top that has a salt rim around it that you know like or a little baggy set?
Y'all
Like,
think
well, you gotta
so
be
big. It's
careful.
amazing. I'm like,
You know
like,
what it was?
What if it cost $3 more for us to produce it?
That's what.
That's exactly what stopped the conversation. I was like,
That's
an
what it was,
expensive
Brendan.
can top.
The first one was more salt. The second one was not salty. So the first one was more triggering my brain as to more margarita.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And that was kind of all like, yeah. So
And yet the first one had a little bit more sugar, a little bit more concentrates, a little bit more.
that's
richer.
what made it more basic bitch, though, is because it was like so approachable that I was like, oh, it's like more like limeade. The
So
other
you like
one,
the first one better.
I like
this
the
is all
first
good
one,
input
yeah.
because this helps me kind of figure out.
I'm
what
not
I
saying
wanna
it's
go
the
with.
better cocktail. It's just the one I liked.
Would you guys go if you just thought about where the market is right now and what's being put out there, pushed out there, and you were going to do a margarita, would you go to try and perfect the classic lime margarita, or would you?
That would be with triple sec, right?
You could, a triple sec or an orange liqueur.
Would you go jalapeno margarita, cherry margarita?
No, not first. Not at first.
No, I would absolutely not, because there's going to be people who are like, I don't like cherry. I like this. I like that. Like in my mind, I would put Grand Marnier in it because I'm a douche.
There's hardly anyone who's like,
No, that's
Yeah, but I mean, like but now you're getting into like margins, whereas like there's one that everyone agrees on is the staple, and I think you have to play to the staple.
the margarita
Yeah,
is the number one sold cocktail in the world.
Your
The number
standard
one sold
horrible
can beat-
margarita.
It's crazy, and like the number one.
Well, that's because of the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah,
Like,
because people who don't drink go, all right, I'll have a margarita, and they love it.
I
dude,
also
when I was
weird.
drinking, I always had a margarita, a frozen margarita when I went to the freaking.
But
also
that's always been the reason it's the number one selling is because
Yeah.
people who don't drink say, okay, I'll have a margarita, and they just get
And
it.
also, I think there's
Like the
something
gateway
like
drink.
cocktails or mood drinks. Like when you're in a Mexican restaurant, you almost think, I gotta get a margarita.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I'm
gotta
a
get a
nightmare.
margarita.
I'm gonna have Grand Marnier and I'm gonna pour a fucking Corona in it. Like I'm the worst guy.
honestly, Brendan, that's exact. I like the Corona Ritas with freaking Grand Marnier.
Yeah,
man.
no,
That's like,
I'm
that's
the
what
worst.
I like.
But
dude.
I'm the
Put
worst
the
case
upside down
scenario.
ball.
There was a
you're not
place-
marketing to me. I'm no good.
There was a
You
place
don't
in
want me.
Richmond.
I mean,
I forget who had it.
Yeah, I got Malort.
the
And
Malort.
you're gonna go. No, I'm
And
a.
then, yeah.
If
There
you
was a
market
place
to
in
me, you're
Richmond that
gonna
had a
lose.
sharkarita, and you would get a. It would be a
Yeah, you
lamb
put the
shark,
shark in it.
and it had but it would had the shark would have
Triple sec.
grenadine.
Grenadine. That's what.
So it looked like blood when you
Yeah.
poured it out of the shark, and
that's
that
fun.
shit was delicious.
Yeah, people love it, but
Yeah.
I think you do have to like create the unadulterated margarita for them to adulterate.
yeah,
Then you go off.
no one who has had a margarita and disliked it would say, but you know what sounds good? Jalapeno margarita.
Yeah.
Oh, I love a jalapeno margarita.
No, but I'm saying-
but not marketable.
You got to take the baby steps to get to the one-offs.
Well, and that's what's so interesting about watching what you guys are doing. You have these 4 cocktails, and they're all like agreeable and fun and good. But I can see that your vision is so much more. So like, how much of a footprint do you have to get before you can really start to like dive into some of these weird things? Because those outliers, the old fashioned drinkers,
Yeah.
that's where I get in. But
Yeah.
man, we're not everywhere. So like, it's
No.
not.
That's
you
more
can't
about
build that.
not footprint. Well, it is footprint, but it's more like volume and velocity sales and how much cash flow is coming in.
So when do you
I
think
don't-
you can experiment?
We kind of are now, actually.
What is your target market? And I mean, obviously, the perfection answer is everyone.
No.
But if you had to be realistic, like on your first step in the grocery store, who are you targeting?
Well, whether I think he knew it going in and adapting. The target market was the broad scope drinker, and goes back to why they're fruited cocktails to launch with, right? Full flavor, take that path, be different, right? But two vodkas, nobody's doing rums really, right? The rums have great eye pop to them. When I go and sample it wherever, the biggest criticism that we get is really good, too sweet for me, right?
Sure.
Most people coming up to sample in a Total Wine, though, are also there for wine, or they're known, other
Poison.
beer, beverage,
They're
whatever
liquid.
it is,
They're
right?
liquor.
So they're regular drinkers. I'm a whiskey. So my response to that is, I'm a whiskey wine person. And then beer across the board. But they're mood drinks for me, right? So you're grabbing me on an occasional basis, but then you go to the young crowd. We talk about this on the
21
way
to
down
about
there.
33, 34.
They're less tolerant.
14 to what?
Yeah, about
Not that
16,
young.
yeah,
No,
they gotta be
Dave.
driving.
No.
I don't want to make that joke.
Yeah.
They've been exposed to so much more good stuff. We were not. We
Yeah.
all have that joke of like, yeah, Milwaukee's beast. Oh, I strap
yeah.
a couple
Yeah.
steel reserves
Mickey-
to my
Mickey's
hands.
hand
We
grenades,
get
man.
that.
Yeah,
a lot of the younger drinkers now, they've been exposed to such good beers
we're
and
40
good things.
hands.
They have no tolerance for bull crap.
Dude, I've been
Yeah.
to Center Street
very
in
true.
Blacksburg. It's Busch Light all over the place.
So Busch Light
Correct.
30s, they're still doing that.
Yeah.
Busch Light 30s, White Claw Surfside, and then we make a splash with the younger. They love our stuff because you can't taste the
Because
alcohol.
it's tasty.
Yeah, yeah.
So tasty.
It's quick answer is women drinking age 21 to about 60. And then we have found recently
21 to 60. Fuck you, 62-year-olds.
well, that's more
Actually,
like
it's more 21 to like 40 and then
yeah.
65 plus, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Old
the other
people love our stuff.
the other
it's
crazy
because that craft beer
'cause the
people
fuzzing
haven't
evil.
released yet.
Yeah.
we have a large young male audience. So right now, even our social media,
The guys that grew up
interaction-
drinking the seltzers are like, I'm leveling up to this manly.
That's right, dude.
Are those guys drinking the rum drinks or the vodka drinks?
Actually, I think our vodkas are more popular. It's the Cosmo and the Fuzzy with the dudes. It's
This
Only
doesn't
Stewer
count.
here.
Yeah.
Where the hell are you?
the
supposed
Bali
to be?
rum tends to be most liked by people who drink and or bartenders. It is,
Which I think is
probably
what
the
I
most-
gravitated toward.
It's the most complex cocktail. It's also the most unique. But we have
that
a
Cosmo
large,
is
a
phenomenal.
fairly large younger male crowd engage with our brand which
without
has been-
ever doing bourbon.
No. And now I will eventually get down the
But
road,
that's
but again,
fallen off.
bourbon has absolutely cooled.
You know what's the
Yeah.
hottest is right now is rum.
Is
Well, and tequila. Tequila's blowing
blowing.
up.
Tequila's a health drink.
tequila.
Yeah.
And actually,
fuck?
there's some interesting side note. There's some articles with some guys I used to
Jim's
follow that
coming
were
back.
kind of ahead of the a lot of the drinking stuff. They're saying tequila is going to be the new bourbon wave, like in the next couple of years. And they're watching where the investment dollars are going. So you're going to see a lot of.
So is that
tequilas
why you're
come out.
looking at the margaritas as kind of the next step?
One of, but it's been like one of our.
Well, it's his favorite too. I mean,
It's-
wants to
it's
make
my
his
favorite.
Wouldn't
So-
you make your own favorite drink? Like,
Well,
I
it's-
would.
I
It
would,
was-
but that's not always the best business
It's
move.
two things. We want to make a real splash in
Ryan's over here shaking
2026,
his head.
and margarita is just the number one cocktail served, and it's the number one and so I'm just like, we need to do a margarita because I think you hit a margarita right. Like we were drinking on some today, just the different ready to drink canned cocktails, margaritas, and it's like, God, geez, what are these people doing? But we also have a friend of the company. Okay, he's a bar owner at the Ocean. He's kind of our unofficial. It's Seaside Raw Bar, great spot. They're our unofficial home. And Sean just provides insight. He's the owner, and he's like, dude, this is what you're getting asking for. This is what we see. And he was just
He's
like,
your boots on the ground.
he's
guy.
our boots on the ground. And he's like, dude, margarita. It was, yes, the tropical rum drinks this year, but it was margarita, tequila.
Let me ask you another hard question.
Yeah.
What tequila did you use in our samples, and how does that differ from your?
Okay. So we're going to use a little bit better. I'm using Montezuma. Side note, Montezuma for cheap tequila is great tequila.
Yeah.
For any cocktail of tequila, do Montezuma. It is absolutely good cocktail.
You're in the humidor.
We're
house right
using
here?
a little
Because
bit.
you're mixing it. You don't.
Yes.
You, like,
and honestly, like it's good. Like Montezuma is a good neutral Blanco tequila that is
Yeah.
not. It's cheap, but it's not abrasive. We're using a little bit higher end stuff that is. It's tequila. It's just a little bit cleaner. That's it. It's a Blanco. We're gonna go Blanco.
yeah.
It's a little bit more higher end, but it's not much. It's crazy because the concentrate is so concentrated. This is such fresh lime. We're using a lot less concentrate in this, and really more. The booze cost per can is absolutely in the margarita. It's different. Like to give you an idea, the vodka being used in our 12-ounce cans is about 6 to 7 cents per can. GNS, and it's good. It's Tito's, essentially generic to Tito's. It's corn vodka distilled 5 times. It's not expensive. The tequila
To be
is going to
clear,
go to about.
any lawyers listening, it is not a tequila. It is not
it is
a Tito's.
No, it
recipe.
is. Yeah.
Hearsay.
The tequila is going to be probably like 30 cents a can, man.
Yeah.
Oh, so it really steps up.
But you see
Yeah.
that in the ABC store. Tequila across the board is,
Oh, yeah.
is marginally more expensive
gotta
than
pay
most.
tax.
everything.
Taxes to-
Vodka's they're giving it away.
Yeah.
Tequila.
Because GNS is
yeah.
the most easy. It's the easiest thing. It's literally you can use all sorts of grains to do it.
Yep.
You distill it. Tequila, you're paying some taxes to the Mexican government. I mean, there really is. Now, who I'm procuring it from, they're paying it.
Agave
It's
is
all
way more
pass-through
expensive than
costs,
wheat
So,
or corn.
yeah.
I can tell you. So I work with some tequila clients. So this is not you all speaking. I'm over here now, but like there is some pressure coming from inside Mexico that's not coming from the government. That's probably the nicest way I can say it. That is
The
keeping,
unofficial government of Mexico.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank
Sure,
you, Troy.
yeah.
That's a great way to put it. that is keeping tequilas from being able to get in here and then also being able to market themselves as like pure tequila or 100% agave. And like, there's a lot of pressure coming from outside sources that is ramping up the prices of tequila or limiting the amount of good tequila that we can get, which not artificially inflates prices here too.
Sounds like the bourbon
So
thing we do here.
I did not know that, and I will tell you that makes a lot of sense because I'm talking like
French
I've been
wine.
dealing with
Yeah.
my liquor guy, and man, when he sent me the tequila price, I was stunned. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god, like we can't do this.
There's
then-
extra money going out and extra money that's allowing other ones to blow up and other ones to not come into the marketplace.
So,
External forces, I should say.
what's it? I don't know what your capacity would. So, when you say you have some clients with that, what do you do? I should have asked that early on. And I'm not questioning
I
anything. I'm-
market some tequilas.
What I'm curious about is that more of a recent thing? Because then, you go back 5-8 years maybe, and you start seeing these Hollywood stars start to release their own
yeah, that's-
tequilas.
Tequilas.
And then like,
Are they
is it
letting them
Casamigos
in? Is
or
it-
something like
There's a
George
certain
Clooney?
amount of
Or
of
did they see
privilege.
that happen?
There's a
and then
certain
they're
amount
like,
of privilege that they have that will circumvent that. Because
Okay.
money is money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, where that money filters when it's over there,
Yeah.
who knows?
Interesting.
Who knows? But so if you have enough money where you can put enough money behind it and 10% falls away.
And then
Yeah,
they
shrink-
and they
shrinkage.
see that
Yeah.
face
Yeah.
as somebody who's like, oh, we slapped that face on there too, and tie the name to it.
And our hooks are already in that, so it's going to work out in our favor. Like, why wouldn't we let that
Interesting.
brand grow?
Yeah.
So unfortunately, tequila has this weird inflated marketplace right now because of some of the hooks south of the border that have
That
influence.
makes sense because that pricing came to me. I was a little stunned. We just got really fortunate that the concentrate usage is give you an idea on our regular cocktails, 12%. This will be about 2.5%. So that balanced out
Yeah,
and made it able to do that because that was actually when I started to get that pricing for the tequila before the concentrate stuff came in. I was like, oh my God, we can't do this.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're going to do this. And I don't want to get into flavor extenders and any of that nonsense.
I have a different question for you.
Yeah.
Your cost isn't a can like $1 each?
Depends on the flavor.
No, I mean the
physical can.
physical
Oh, no.
can.
There's a big misnomer. No. And by the way, remember, it's like anything else. The more you order, the cheaper it gets.
Okay.
So right now,
I was going back to my bag theory, like Coke syrup in McDonald's. Like, couldn't you do something that brings the cost down for the?
Oh yeah,
the
because
vessel?
I've heard that the can is a big chunk of
Yeah,
what
the
you-
aluminum.
so
Yeah.
aluminum, and so it is. All right. Digital printed cans right now, when you're not ordering truckloads, call it 30 cents per.
Oh,
Okay. Now, when we ordered truckloads of the 12-ounce cans that we have, and we did a regular print job, and we ordered big bulk, you're talking about 16 cents a can.
So you're
Okay.
knocking half the.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's a
now,
huge
digital
amount
printed
of money.
versus standard printed is different. In other words, like standard print looks amazing, but you can't do gradients. There's a lot of different printing stuff that you can't do.
Banner here?
And
can you do a box
Drop-
fade
drop shadow.
drop shadow font?
That's a callback.
you could. I mean,
Joke.
I don't know what that is, but
You don't have to
digital.
answer that.
Digital can kind of do most any graphic you want. That's what's kind of cool about. Now,
Is
why?
it cheaper to do that standard can with the sticker on it?
So,
because that was got hot for a while, and then now I
Well,
feel
that
like
was hot because it was a bit cheap. So there's something. It's cheaper to get printed cans, but you got to order bulk, right? And that's approximately 8,400 case sales of that product. So guys like me, when we were at Coastals and starting to just start, right? You get brights and you get labels because you don't have to get these minimum order quantities that are 202,000 units. Craft breweries, same thing, 16-ounce cans, right? Like get brights, get the labels because your minimum order quantities are by the layer almost. Like you don't have to order that much. And that's, for cash flow, that's actually an advantage. For overall cost, it's a disadvantage. So we went hard and heavy on the 12-ounce, got a bunch of cans. So we got plenty of cans there. Definitely cut the costs on that. Moving forward, We're going to start with digital. We'll pay a little bit more for the can, but it'll allow us the flexibility.
Y'all have
to
great looking
actually-
cans.
Dude,
Thank
they
you.
are good looking.
Thank
Yeah.
cans.
Here's another question the listeners want to know. Where was the first time and how many times have you played the Laverne and Shirley theme song?
No,
Talk about during the canning process.
They've never done it.
No.
You're showing your age.
Gosh.
oh no, I know Laverne and Shirley theme song, but I mean, we've been up there. We use Copa. I'll be there, but I don't.
I think that's
I
going
think
to
all
take
the
you to
guys.
the next level.
I actually think all the guys canning are all way younger than us, so they don't do that.
You might have to play the video at the same time.
Yeah. Put the glove
That'll
on it.
really hit.
Yep.
That'll
Is
hit.
it Sheboygan?
I'm old school. I'm Strange Brew. I put a mouse in the can.
Oh my God, I love Strange Brew. Ah, sorry, officer, he's drunk.
I feel like Will's the only guy who gets me in this
Yeah.
room.
I've
dude.
never seen that movie.
Strange Brew is awesome.
It's classic.
He drinks himself.
I heard
out
they're
of the
coming
thing.
back.
Oh right.
They're making the second one, I think.
I don't see how that's possible.
They're both alive.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so.
Rick
Dan
Moranis
Aykroyd-
is
Rick
alive.
Moranis has not
Dave-
been in the
is
game.
Dave
for
Thomas alive?
He's coming
Yeah.
back. They're doing a Spaceballs
Yeah.
part 2.
Are they
I have
really?
heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
With
Oh, by the
Balls
way,
Deuce.
on Prime is the new John Candy
I
documentary.
watched it.
Amazing.
You thought it was amazing?
I thought I'm a sucker for candy. Like,
Oh
I
yeah,
just-
John Candy.
I didn't think they took. Maybe the guy was a saint, but like
He's no Ed Gein.
they didn't. They didn't. There was no controversy in it.
Yeah, he didn't have any.
How many times did they allude to how much he drank?
Even Bambi's mom died. I mean, you got to have some.
They didn't.
Obstacle.
And then his only trauma was that his dad died when he was 5. I mean,
On his birthday,
yeah, but he got over it by 7. He was 5.
I don't know.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I just feel like
I mean, he drank a lot, but I mean, that doesn't. You're assuming everyone who drinks a lot it's a problem.
it never presented itself as a problem.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, as I watched the documentary, I was like, was there more to this onion that we could have peeled?
Yeah.
It just
Yeah,
felt
talk
like
about the Coke.
That's what I was getting ready to
They
say.
did- I
don't think-
I was like,
it was-
drinking is one thing, but like, what kind of got Farley was probably a little bit more than.
But you
just
never
the
heard
food.
Candy doing drugs.
No.
You never
No.
like there was never even smoke.
Well, the fact was that was put on by Colin Hanks and produced by Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
And it was basically produced by Canadians who idolized him. Like, it was a love song to him. It wasn't.
it very much was.
It wasn't a documentary, and documentaries can go in a lot of ways, right? But this one was.
It was
in
a-
the loving.
And I totally
We're paying
agree.
homage to him.
What are you doing over here?
AI says that John Candy did a lot of cocaine.
He definitely did. Everybody did in the 80s. I
Right.
mean,
Don't tell me John Candy did cocaine.
I thought
I
that.
would-
I thought everyone
I
knew
would be
that.
Stunned if he didn't.
They'd never even called it nose candy before him.
John knows candy.
No, I never.
KNOWS?
What did you just pour me over here?
Yeah, what is that?
So this is another thing we're working
Let me
on,
get a little
tinkering with. Oh yeah,
taste of that. It's all good. Ooh,
I don't even know what this is. Hold on, now I'm like,
smells good.
Would
Yeah,
you
what
say
is
it's
this?
crushable?
Oh, this guy listens more than Stu.
I would never say it's crushable.
No,
Even
we
though
like
it is. It is quite drinkable. But I don't know what I'm dealing with here. Hold on.
Are you keeping it a secret?
No, I mean,
I'm trying to figure out the fruit.
Actually, that's the best thing you can do because we'll just be like, we need some hints on the tasting.
No.
notes."
because I'm trying to.
I'm yeah.
I want to let him go. I'm very curious. I'm very curious if there are any takes.
I don't know what I'm tasting. It's definitely fruity, but I can't put my finger on the fruit.
Yeah, but it's like
There's like the
cherry,
smallest
but not cherry. It's like
smallest hint of citrus in like a tiny bit.
that tartness.
Yeah, a
but
little
that
bit
could
of
come
tart-
from a
that
cherry.
Could come from a cherry.
But it could have come from
funny.
strawberry. but
It looks like
not right.
it's got a pink hue to it.
Is it all right?
It tastes fine.
Actually, I want to
just-
go back real. We like the margarita, right? We're
I
on
did.
track with that.
Yeah, I think you're on track. But it, like I said, it's a limeade version of a margarita.
Yep.
I think it needs a hint of salt.
This pink thing reminds me of you were talking earlier about the inexpensive row of shots that a bachelorette party or bachelor party would order.
This is like lychee.
Oh, like a Alabama
That's
Slam or
right.
something.
We're actually going to do a lychee green tea martini.
Really?
Yeah.
That's going to be your lowest seller.
Lychee green tea?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Okay. I'm not
And
saying
yet it's actually
I'm not saying it's going
shockingly
to
one
be
of the
bad.
best.
I'm saying it's not going to have the shelf appeal.
It's funny. I always thought, like, oh, lychee and green tea, but nobody's going to, lychee, they're not going to, yeah. It's going to be.
It's a cherry or a grape.
So it's not, it's a mixture of a couple fruits. And what we're going to probably call this is the Sunset Crush. Kind of like the color of a sunset. Could go sunberry.
Is there an apple in there? What the
So
fuck am I
actually, it's
doing?
funny. In the base, there is a little apple, very, very minute, just to help some around the sweetness.
I feel like the crushes should all be poured over crushed ice.
Yeah,
Is there citrus?
that's what they should be.
Like, is the citrus the
There
tart?
is citrus. So you have orange and lemon in this.
Oh, I would not have picked lemon.
But what's giving
Very
it
little
the,
lemon.
What's giving it the
Very little lemon.
the berry flavor?
It's raspberry, apple, lemon, pear, orange, peach.
Well, this is why you fucked
Man.
me up.
Yeah, that's
It's a fruit punch.
Oh, the peach is
It's
what's
a fruit
coming
punch.
through.
Yeah, it's a fruit
Yeah,
punch.
it's the peach.
It's a fruit punch.
That's the peach is the only discernible flavor, and apple for me.
I'm getting the raspberry.
I don't.
When he
I think
says
the yeah.
I almost feel like you have to.
But there's a berry.
It's a berry. So that's what I think. It's like a mixed berry. You're like, what? It's a
Yeah,
berry.
yeah.
I just don't know what berry that is.
but I can't identify that as anything. What the fuck is that?
It's a fruit punch.
It's a fruit punch.
I think,
Okay, so it wasn't intended for us to like figure it out.
No.
Okay, there's
No.
motherfuckers. Like,
No, I wanted to see what you guys thought about the flavor profile overall if we're trying to reach just a mass appeal banger.
I feel like I'm getting the peach, probably raspberry, and then a hint of.
I like it, but I don't.
I can't even say it's orange or lemon.
Yeah, it's
I don't-
citrus.
definitely geared towards the more effeminate crowd.
Yeah, I like it, but I don't think it's to me. I don't want that.
I think you have to market it.
I've had two.
I think you have to point out the exact fruits that it has, and for your target audience, they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, it has this fruit and this fruit. This is healthy."
Yeah,
Yeah, this is an antioxidant punch.
Oh,
It's the antioxidant punch. This is healthy. Kill the free radicals while
And this is
introducing
vodka.
new free radicals.
This is vodka.
This a vodka drink?
Yep.
Because it.
Ryan,
I
what
told
do
him
you
it's a
Ryan? What do you think
sunset
of this
crush.
drink?
Did you tell him?
All the fruits in there. That's the inspiration right there. Is the mixture of the two. Now I
You
didn't
pushed them together.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
Ryan, what do you think of this
genius.
drink?
that's a
Do you
ringing
think-
endorsement.
No, do you
Yeah.
think this has legs in the marketplace?
He's like,
as
I
its
just
own
crunched
drink?
numbers, dude.
Well, he knows what we're doing with it. It's a very specific SKU and a very specific channel. And one of the things I'm being cryptic is we have a chance to be the first with this SKU
The fuzzy
in the
Cosmo.
convenience store, and I don't want to tip my hat until we got it and we know
Nice.
that we're.
So what you just poured for us, did you craft that with those fruits, or is that
No,
a
mixture of the concentrate.
Oh, awesome! I mean,
oh yeah,
it
no,
tastes
it's
like-
a mixture of the
It
concentrate.
tastes like you made it.
Yeah,
That's kind of what we're going for.
Because, like, I
And
like the
this
more
is a
exotic
business play
tasting
too. It allows
cocktail.
us to use up concentrates.
I
in a different
want
way.
Yeah.
I want to know where you stand on like is this compared to the other cocktails that you've released?
It falls in line with me. It's a typical response I say when I'm.
You're asking a
sampling
bourbon
on-
drinker.
Yeah,
Well, I know, but he drinks like I drink. He said he drinks wine, bourbons. Like, this is where I live, and beers. This is my universe.
So I like that this has. I can taste the alcohol in it. Right?
Yeah, I can taste that for sure.
I like the booze in it. All of them are. I can have a couple.
He's being nice.
No, no, I'm not. So
It's not your palate.
you say that.
No, he's a dry drink. That's right. He's right.
I-
He's a bourbon guy.
I
He
s-
likes a cocktail, but
At the same time, when I finish up a sampling, I got half cans. I won't pour. I can't pour it out. Like,
No.
they're all like,
No,
"Pour
we'll
it
drink
out."
We're grown
No,
ups.
I'm
We're grown
drinking it. I'm drinking it all.
and I think you generally like him. I mean, he does.
I
It's
think
just-
it'll work. And again, I think it's done well because of the flavoring profile, the natural flavors.
Well, the business side, you gotta love that you can take the concentrates and you put them to good use.
But
That's
to me, the nose is not the same as the taste, and like this drink's confusing to me.
So there is some important feedback because one of the things I think that hurts some of the drinks, and I do this, I go back to this Pog IPA that we tried to mess around with at Kona. You need
He's
to
choking on it.
Give him some more Malort.
Yeah, Malort.
Hey, he took Malort without a blink.
I liked it so much I tried to breathe it in.
Hail it.
The smell, actually, I think it's really important for a drink to like if you're saying something on a can and then you smell it, like what you smell, it delivers.
Yeah.
I promise.
But
if
it
you
smells
smell
different than it tastes
It
to
does.
me.
So there is a weakness.
It confuses
in this.
me.
Yep, there's a weakness to this.
I'm not trying to be
But
an
that
ass.
being said, drinks out of a can,
I feel
you don't
better if
smell
you're
it.
being
enough.
honest.
So
right?
that's
Like, to
that's
me,
one of
yeah.
the cruxes on the
Confusing.
business
I,
level.
I wondered if you would be honest.
So
Yeah, I'm confused by that drink.
No, this is what the good. Here's what we
I
kind of
made a good point, and you fuckers talked right over.
Sorry.
No, and
Sorry,
I'm
what
going
was
to
the-
bring
what-
that up, which is like
My point is, I agree with you, and we do this when we drink beer because everything's in a can now. And
Yep.
then because I'm not a drinker, but I still do the taste, we pour it out in a cup. I get a whole different nose scent because and I put it in their face every time. Like, smell what I'm smelling, because the can hides so much of that.
correct. So this is specifically part of the thing going back to like the vision is one of the. And it's not a downside, but our whole business model, our vision for this is not to be like light beers where you're cracking 8 of them and pouring them down, right? We want to be kind of like a cocktail. So we want to be in everybody's bar with a few options, and it's an occasion. It's the wife is, and you are in a mood, or you have some friends come over and you want to do a cocktail. So it's not volume drinking. We're going after convenience stores with this specific cocktail.
Yeah.
And it's a grab and go play, and it's in a can. We wanted this. So this is actually, notice how it's a lot more watered down than most of our other stuff.
But yet
That's
I still
part of it.
taste boozy.
That's when you drop that
good
water, the booze, that's what we want.
Oh, that's so
Think about exactly. It's intentional. So if you're a convenience store person and you got, your convenience store shopper is a very specific shopper. I got 10 or 20 bucks, pack of smokes, a protein bar, and
Couple
a
tall boys.
Buzz.
Yeah.
Yes, a couple tall boys. So it goes 7.5%. Let's make it a little bit dumbed down so it's more just drinkable straight from the can. Because one of the things we do know about our cocktails are I can drink them from the can. Not everybody can do that. And I can drink 2 or 3 of them. Most people are going to be like Ryan, where it's like I can have 1, maybe 2. I'm done after that.
Yeah.
And these are made to go like 2 specific.
Double fisting.
Correct. Banging out.
Yeah.
This is a venue play. This is a convenience play.
I mean, it does that. I just chugged 2 of them. I feel very different all of a sudden.
And that's it.
Like,
so
it's
this,
boozy.
unfortunately, we're taking to kind of go after the convenience. We're not going off the path. We're just kind of.
feels less craft cocktail to me.
It is. It is
'cause, like,
absolutely
the
a little
smell
less
was one
cocktail.
thing. The
It's
drink was
more
another
for,
thing. It was more of a fruit punch. It was
Yes.
boozy though, and like
Yeah.
it reminded me. This could sound horrible, like a Jungle Juice at a frat party where I was like, "Fuck yeah, that's what I'm doing."
So that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
And seriously, I hate
okay,
to
so
say
I
it.
hate to. All right, cool.
No,
I'm not
it's
trying.
actually like that fruit punch with vodka that you don't, the booze is in there, but there's nothing abrasive about it that you won't.
Yeah.
You're
No,
gonna be
I
like-
had 2.
You're like, I like this. This is okay. This is all right.
No, I put those
And
down.
I just know that will beat most everything on the shelf right now. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, so from a business play, I get it, but from a craft cocktail play, I'm
not.
like, I liked the other craft cocktails better.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have the name, and it's not based off of.
Oh, it's a
this
fuzzy
from-
Cosmo.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like it's
Yeah.
it's built for it. Like
Yeah.
half the cans one color, half the other cans the other color. It's fuzzy
It
Cosmo.
dawned on me when you looked at the color. Now it makes sense, right? Like,
Yeah.
pour this out and pour that out.
So like it's like the more potent 7 Sky. It's the
Yeah.
8th Sky. The one no one's ever been to,
Still, my favorite was y'all's the first episode when you reviewed it. I told people, where'd the inspiration and the name come from?
Yeah, Troy mentioned
Troy
you,
goes-
you said something about that to him. The
Troy.
7 guys.
Troy goes, it's one of you guys. I thought it was you.
It's probably me.
7 guys.
Did I say that? No, I wouldn't have said
Yeah,
that.
that would add up.
That was
Nah, it
that
was
was the
not me.
inappropriate guy.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been me.
It's not Dave
No.
in his tracksuit.
It was me.
Which your
Yeah.
tracksuit?
Yeah, it was an
Your
awesome night
tracksuit-
at college with 7 guys. I called Will. I was like, dude, that shit's hilarious.
Always,
That was the impetus for you coming on the show.
your name.
Set the record straight.
Well done,
Troy
Dave.
reported to me like you said. "Well, there's some truth to that."
I
there
would
a
not have
story?
said that.
Oh, I thought that's what you said. I could be mistaken.
I always think of Seven Seas of Rye from Queen. That
Okay.
song when I see your name.
No, impetus was I really enjoyed the show. I thought your bartender gave a great crack. I thought his feedback
we
was
have- who
pretty
do
good.
It was
have
Ray.
Ray. It was
Ray
Ray.
was on.
And
No, which is
I-
why we did it, because I was like, we've been waiting on this for Ray, because I wanted Ray, the craft cocktail guy, to see if he could compete.
Ray took Malort. Ray and his buddy Taylor took Malort, and they made delicious mixed cocktails with that garbage liquor.
Nice.
That's how good they are.
Well, they
no,
made
nice.
one,
was
the
four-
Concrete
yeah.
Jungle.
42 ounces of grapefruit juice and half a shot of Malort.
And I mean,
No.
I thought the cool thing is you didn't talk to us about that. I mean, we always kind of joke like, man, we want to have people go against our cocktails.
Yeah.
And you guys just organically decide to bring a bartender on and give him a crack, and he had the ability to go out and get all these great ingredients to try to do, and he took those ideas and made them much more even craft, and he was going after. But just I'm going, that's awesome, and we didn't even ask him to do that. That's great. That's exactly what we wanted to hear. We also wanted to hear people who had no idea what's going on to give us an honest take on what we were doing, and I think we got that. I mean, it was a great.
I'm glad, because I came out of that podcast and then Troy was like, yeah, they're listening to it. And I was like, is that good or bad?
Yeah.
I mean, it was great.
Great.
It was great, and and honestly, I think Ryan would agree on this. We're in the beginning. He's starting to get involved. For him to hear, not him,
Real
not
input.
me,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
me, not my friends. Him going, I've got guys who are that know kind of what they're talking about. They drink all this stuff. They review drinks. To hear it go, this is going to be unabridged.
Yeah,
and
we
real honest.
You know, we do the deli every week, and
Except this week.
Except this week.
We've done 2 hours and 20 minutes. You realize we're an
but
hour over time.
We, you know, we've done, we've done, you know, we've
Oh, I
done.
have one more thing. Not a cocktail. I have a special little whiskey. We don't have to maybe do online, but I got a Weller Antique single barrel.
But
thing.
we've done challenges
weeded.
against
what's up.
all the big drinks. Like we've done seltzer challenges and you know whatever challenges. So we're more than happy to try it.
Sorry, we just won money.
I don't want the Steelers to win this game.
Yeah, but we
I
wanted,
just can't
we,
believe
we
that.
wanted
The
the over. We wanted the over, and the over just hit.
No.
So,
Oh, gotcha.
So we're
Nice.
just excited, you know.
Nice.
Well, let's wrap this
Sports.
up because you're going to pay a fortune for this. It's
So-
going to eat up 2 episodes worth of data.
I'm not worried about it tonight.
Well, they got a 2-hour drive home, so we can't hold them all night. We can
Look.
keep going. They can come back whenever they want, obviously.
Yeah, I think Will, Ryan, you guys have obviously established
yourself.
yourself as you're welcome back anytime. This was cool. We appreciate you letting us kind of dive into understanding what it takes to crack into this industry and how you're trying to go about it. I respect it. I love it. I'm glad to see real craft cocktails actually showing up in a can, because unfortunately no one's doing it.
Nobody's doing it. How
Yeah.
crazy is that?
It's mind blowing.
crazy.
Like,
I mean-
everyone's making. Oh, I'm sorry, Dave's holding his finger up, which I don't know what that means.
Are you guys cool with your last names being on the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So how do you pronounce it?
Bose.
All right.
Like
so
the speakers, but with a Z.
So I was just wondering, as a
Change it to booze.
connoisseur of bad nicknames, what were your worst nicknames in high school and middle school?
Yeah. That's easy.
What was yours?
Worse? I don't know.
Can I guess one? I'm going to go with booze was the obvious one.
Yeah.
Bozo has to be in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bozo.
Bozo. Yeah.
Look,
I'm
you
able,
remember,
so
you remember
I'm
the,
always disable every 6 times a day.
you remember the Meadowbrook part, right? So
No.
mine was Pookie.
That adds up.
That makes sense.
Chucks?
Yeah.
Pookie.
I wanted to put a license plate on
Bozo's.
Bozo's number one?
Bozo the Clown.
Oh, they added that.
Oh, I
didn't get
show my
that much.
kids clips. I'm like, hey, I can't wait till this happens. Watch this. You can
No, 'cause
roll
they don't
in.
even
I'm gonna be like,
remember.
what's
No,
up,
the
you
kids
Bo's
Bose?
nowadays
not
don't know
around.
Bose.
No, they don't know.
I didn't get ragged like that with Bose. I don't think our heads were in that place.
Oh man.
I wanted BOOZMBL on my license plate, and my dad was like, "Not a smart idea.
Booze Mobile.
Not Booze Mobile. Not a good idea."
Yeah, that just says pull me.
That's exactly what he said. He's why don't you get it in a fire red freaking sports car?
That's
But
how I feel
that's why
about
you get just one more.
Yeah, we have an acquaintance that has just one more in their license plate, and we're like,
I feel like-
you know, that's a horrible idea.
I feel like everybody who buys the Parrot Head license plate,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, what the fuck are you doing?
Why'd you get just one more? I'm drunk or is already taken, I guess. Like,
Yeah. Like you get that one with the dog on
Sorry,
it, the
officer,
Tommy
I've been-
one. That's
yeah,
the
yeah,
one
yeah.
you get. Everyone knows you're a good human.
Yeah.
You know, like you give a fuck. The Parrot Head, be like, literally steer clear.
5 o'clock somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
you're
Shit
drunk.
face. Yeah, I get it.
What's worse, that or the pine tree air freshener for getting pulled over?
Well, I always have a Vanilla Rama air freshener.
Yeah.
But it's not the pine tree.
But it's a tree.
But
It's a
you
little
don't
tree.
hang it on your mirror. That's a cheat code. You
I'm
hang it
saying,
down
which
low.
one is worse, the Parrot Head license plate frame or the specific pine tree from the rearview mirror? What's the worst idea?
The fucking Parrot Head.
The loud exhaust is the worst.
These days,
I got a loud exhaust
A
and a
12-inch
fucking Vanilla
subwoofer?
Rama.
Yeah.
All right, I got all that shit. I give up. I'm just not the Parrot Head because I think that's the worst. But that's not why we're here. Thank you guys so much coming in.
thanks for
coming
having
in,
us,
man.
guys. This is awesome.
Guys, go out and buy some Seven Skies. All the flavors. They're all delicious. Try them out. We like Valley Rum Trader.
Pour them over ice.
And I
Yeah,
think,
pour 'em
I
over
think
ice
the
at
raspberry
home.
Cosmos shockingly good. Like
Yeah.
I don't like Cosmos. I don't want that whole thing. That whole thing sounds repulsive to me. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Like, that's my jam.
Thank you. Hopefully,
love
we'll
that
keep
thing.
the innovation coming to keep up the ball.
We're excited to see where you guys go.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'd like to see some. Yeah, your 401k does too.
Wife and
everybody.
wife's at
Kids
home,
are
gonna
really
wanna know
excited.
where it's gonna go to.
Yeah.
Nah, we're glad to be involved. Like just part of it. I feel like we're part of it now because we're getting to hear
Yeah.
the story.
Oh, yeah.
We're watching it happen.
Y'all were
It's
like the first to really kind of actually have us. By the way, not
Oh,
here. I'm
man.
talking about when y'all tried it on your show. Very few people even had what we were doing yet.
we
That was
are
awesome.
groundbreakers.
You guys were groundbreakers.
The fact is,
respect.
I've known Ryan for years, and I think very highly of him. So when he told me about it, and I could see the passion, I was like, "Look, this guy's solid. I will definitely do anything for him." But we're gonna be honest, like, and it was.
That's what he was looking
stood
for.
Up. It
That's
stood
what he
up.
told me. He's like, I want these guys to
Yeah.
do it and let us.
Thanks,
really-
brother. That means a lot, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Appreciate it.
Look, I would tell you otherwise, but you guys knocked it out of the park, and I'm
Appreciate
excited for you.
Very appreciate you.
If I had a building that like I needed to protect from a fire, I'd have you handle it.
That's the guy.
Yeah,
the
that's
guy.
me.
Well, thank you, gentlemen.
open
Really
flames.
appreciate you having us.
Anytime, come back.
Yeah, come back. I would challenge you to when the new cans come out, whatever it may be, as you expand.
Yeah. Bring in some of the new
Y'all gonna
like
come
to
over
try the new
on a
stuff.
football Sunday when there's 20 people hanging out here? Like,
Yeah, you
this
want
place
like,
is bumping.
Oh, you don't have to ask me. I would
Yeah.
love to do that, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Food's
this is
everywhere.
probably one of the best places you could possibly be.
Yeah, there's 5 TVs. We get all the
And
games
this
on.
used to be called the man room. It used to be a guys only thing. Now when we come over, there's like
Whores.
there's a ton of chicks here too. So like your product would hit hard here.
We'll
wouldn't
bring it.
suck.
We'll sponsor a Sunday.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Oh fuck! I just had my food
Yeah.
day. Nah. Thank you guys so much for coming in. We really do appreciate it. I know you guys got busy schedules. You guys are literally launching a company. You're going through all the different things that encompasses. And you took the time to come here. So we really do appreciate it. You guys are doing great stuff. Everybody out there listening, especially if you're in Virginia, you can find it. It is Seven Skies. There's 4 different flavors today. We're hoping for more next year. We'll see how it goes. But right now, like the key is just supporting where you can, when you can. And if you do that, the numbers get up and then we can start innovating even more.
Yep.
That's
Hopefully move into some bourbons.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I didn't-
Paper planes.
I'd like that. Maybe a little last word. Let's get some
Yeah.
seasonal chartreuse drinks coming out. Like, yeah, why not? Let's
Yeah.
spend way too much money. Let's spend all your money.
Ryan's like evil eyeing you right now.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine because someone's got to watch
It
the
costs a
books.
fortune.
Someone's got to watch the books.
Yeah.
I'm more over here on the Will side. I'm an inspiration guy.
That's right. You're not. I'm an ideas man. I'm just
Yeah,
over
we're
here.
just throwing out
Yeah.
ideas. Find the money.
Just so you know, Brendan thinks the Cybertruck is a great idea.
Yeah.
It turned out to work. Just isn't built well.
Other than that,
Yeah, it's cool. No, thank you guys so much for coming out.
Thank you.
Thank you,
really
guys.
do appreciate it.
you.
This was great. We have other sponsors, but I don't even care to talk about them.
no, not tonight.
Really, honestly, I feel like this one's done by Seven
Yeah.
Skies. Let's get people buying that.
Yep.
Cheers.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
sweet.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yep.
We're not giving out the other ones, but we will still hit everyone up on Venmo
Yeah.
for donations
If you
for
want
us.
to donate, at Inside the Pout House.
And I
on
will
Venmo.
make a plug very quickly for if there's any growers out there who want to join
Yeah,
M4K.
join our team Inside the Pout House.
We'd love to get some growers growing mustaches for kids. Let's raise some money. Last year we raised $1 million. I think we can do better.
I think so.
Which I never thought we could do $1 million, but
That's huge.
neither here
We
nor
raised
there.
like 50, almost 60,000 as a team,
Our team?
last year.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll be talking to you next week. Cheers.
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 Drink Seven Skies.
That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
It was long.
Yes. That's
long.
our longest.
2:30?
Yeah.
You think so?
I think so. Can you recall doing a longer one?
No.
I don't even think like our drink challenges are this long. But it rolled by.
Do some editing.
No, never. We don't edit. That's for suckers
Before we go.
and professionals. Yeah, we're still gonna hang out offline once the podcast is officially done.
So he's going
Dave says a last second funny thing.
Dave is the last.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Are you excited about that?
Weeded is the best.
Weller's good. Smells good. Music's not playing.
This is production.
Y'all got any more of that Bose candy?